Hello, everyone. Happy Saturday. You made it through the week. I hope everything is well with everyone. Shout out to the good people of the algorithm. I am coming back with 3 cases. I'm glad I got a day off so I can come back and give you these cases. And I just want to say shout out to the early birds who came in. Mr. Ricardo, how are you doing, sir? I hope everything is well with you this Saturday. Miss Joanne, thank you so much for coming back again, sis. I truly appreciate you. Shout out to my Canadian sisters. And oh my God, es Miss Boricua, Fresquesol. Hola, mami, ¿cómo está? ¿Qué lo que? I'm glad that you're here, Miss Jalen. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for coming. Truly appreciate you. Truly appreciate you. Oh, Miss Sweetheart, how are you doing, sweetie? I hope everything is well with you. Happy Saturday. Thank you for coming. I truly appreciate you. Truly appreciate you. Yes, your flag is working, Boricua. Your flag is working. Yes, yes. Oh no. Okay, shout out to unknown, but we don't use that word in my chat, sir. But shout out to you. Shout out to you. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. So, guys, I have 3 new cases for you. I hope you enjoy them. Just make sure you're hitting the like button for me. Truly appreciate it. Or you can hit the down button. It still helps the channel. Share this out with anyone who liked this type of immersive type of conversation about old cases. These cases have already been solved, but we like to review them and look at the psychology behind them, okay? And if you have any cases, if you're a true crime lover like myself, you have any cases that would like to be reviewed on this channel, after the live stream, just go ahead and place them in the comment section. I look at my comment section. I always respond and I give a heart back, and I will put it in my trusty book with all other cases that we can review on this channel going forward. All right. So the first case that I have for you good folks. Oh, and y'all like my hair? I dyed it. I just recently dyed my hair. I dyed it jet black. I hope y'all like it because normally my hair is like it's like the blackest brownish red. That's why it still look black, but it wasn't really black because in the sun it's like kind of like reddish, but it's jet black now. I hope y'all like it. But the next case I have for you, good folks, is about an evil woman. So an evil woman caught hiding a body in her home. It seemed very interesting because it has some footage of the body cam. So I wanted to review this with you guys. So let's go on. Hey, William, how are you, dear sir? How are you? I hope you are doing well. Oh my God, didn't you just get over COVID? Now you got a chest infection? This is not good. This is not good, William. Oh my God, I hope you feel so better. I hope you feel better, okay? Shout out to you, sir. Shout out to you. So I wanted to check out this case about an evil woman hiding a body in her home. So let me go ahead and pull this up. And shout out to you, Chris Henry Jr. Happy Saturday to you. All right, I hope you can see my screen. And here we go.
Back in 2018, a welfare check was done on William Musak after his son reported that he hadn't spoken to his father in several weeks. William's daughter, Dana Jennings, who had just moved in with him a few months prior, would answer the door.
Hi. Where's your dad at?
I'm not sure. He only comes by every couple of weeks. He's been spending a lot of time up in the mountains with a girlfriend, or sure where that is. I just had broke my foot and everything, so I'm sorry. I'm kind of loopy on my pain meds right now.
Does he live here?
See him. He has all of his. Technically, he lives here.
How do I get a hold of him?
He lost his cell phone, and I found it, but it's here, so it's not with him. I don't know other than that. My cousin called and said that my dad had told her where that property was in the mountains. He never told me where it was that he's been staying at, so she said she was going to try to narrow that down and see if he was up there.
You don't have an address? Or
I don't even know the girl's last name. We're not as close as you'd think we were living together, but he just kind of comes by in between.
Well, why would your brother and his brother be worried about him?
Because he hasn't called them because his phone's been here.
Mm-hmm.
So they said that he normally texts and stuff like that, and I told them that this is the fourth time he's lost his phone. So I don't know. Okay. To me, it's not that big of a deal to not hear from him for a couple of weeks, but for them, I guess they talk to him more than I do. So,
thank you, William. I appreciate it.
I don't even know if there's anything I can do to help the process since I don't know where that property is.
Do you mind if I come in and check and make sure he's not here?
It's a mess.
I don't care.
That's fine.
The officer immediately notices a very strong putrid smell, and without being asked, Dana tells him she had a toilet back up in the basement.
Does he have a room here?
So right off the bat, you can just tell that she's hiding something, right? Her mannerism shows that she's hiding something, even the way how she was holding the door. Normally, when you step down, you're just trying to, the cops is asking you questions and stuff like that. I have seen people talk in between their door because they don't necessarily want the cops to come in per se or whatever. But she came out, but she's holding the door handle. And she's trying to distance him for even thinking about coming into the house. There was a wellness checkup call because the person that they wanted them to see if they're okay or even get any information about them usually comes to this house. The way how she explained it away is that, no, this person don't necessarily come to the house. They just use it as a quick stop to use the bathroom and they be on their way. Now he's saying that as soon as he came in, he smells a foul smell. And if you ever smelled the corpse, it has a distinct smell. It really does. You can't even describe the smell of a corpse, right? Because it's in between being in a porta potty and literally more than the average dead carcass. If you was to see smell an animal, a dead animal or something like that, it's in between both. It's really horrible. But once again, she's going to explain it away. So let's see what else she has to say outside of her saying that it was just her toilet is backed up and she haven't gotten to a plumber yet. All right.
Not really. No.
Okay.
He'll sleep on my massage table when he's here. Sorry, again, there's a mess. I guess I haven't been able to even barely go up and downstairs.
Okay. No,
my room's up there.
Okay.
But he usually doesn't even spend the night. He just comes by and picks stuff up and takes off.
Do you mind if I go down and look?
You can. Sorry.
It's
Like
okay.
I said, toilet overflowed. I did my best to take care of it. I'm here by myself. So.
It happens.
Dana's home is a mess with clothing piled everywhere. The officer does a walkthrough and he doesn't find her father. He then begins to wonder why her father would leave his cell phone and all of his vehicles at the home.
How does he usually get to where he's going?
He has cars, but he asked me to have my friend's mechanic come by and pick up 2 of them to work on. I've been here.
So just to stop it right here, as you can see, her house is almost at the level of hoarding. It's not all the way a hoarder's house, but it's getting there. That already shows you that this person is dealing with mental issues. They do say that hoarding is linked to someone having mental problems, and probably not getting help, because that type of clutterness or trying to keep possession, like you have to possess everything, and you even if you don't even use it, it's yours. And you have to feel like you own it, because you don't feel like you can control everything else in your life. So when it comes down to objects, you try to possess it and control it. And that's why you're harp on, even if you don't use it, even if it doesn't even have a need in the house anymore, you will still hold on to it. So it's not necessarily a crime, right? It's not necessarily a crime, but I am already seeing that she's already having issues, life issues that she has not been able to address, or she haven't gotten help to deal with it. Now the biggest thing is asking about the father. If the father's cell phone is there, his cars is there, how did he get around? You said that he normally doesn't come there unless it's like a little pit stop to probably use the bathroom on his route to go to work and stuff like that. But these 2 main things that people normally keep on them, especially if they're traveling around, is their car, right? Because they have to get to point A to point B, and their cell phone is here. So why is your father's not here? But let's go on. Let's hear what else, how she's going to explain this away.
Here a lot because of my foot, but other than that, I'm not normally here a lot. I'm usually working and doing stuff, so I don't have a ton of answers for all of these questions. And since I've seen him, it's been like 2 weeks since I've seen him, so it's not that big of a time gap for me. But
the last time you saw him,
2 weeks ago, it was like the 11th or 12th.
Did he get picked up, or did he drive?
He got picked up. But my brother said he's not going to believe anything unless he hears my dad's voice. And I said, I don't have any control over that. And my brother said he was going to keep calling the police until he heard my dad's voice. And I don't know.
Okay.
And I've been dealing with the poop water and my foot. So I've been a little distracted. But
so that's very telling right there. The brother is concerned, and he doesn't believe any of the stories that his sister is telling him, because I'm sure that the father actually probably reside in that house with her. And the fact that nobody can get in contact with him, he's not answering his phones, and you can't, his vehicle's been located at the house, but not him. He is not believing anything that she said about him being picked up. Apparently, he got picked up by somebody that you don't know. This is your father. I'm sure he's elderly. You sure you wouldn't even ask, like, hey, hey, Dad, who's this person? Or are you going to take your cell phone so I can contact you to see if you're okay and see if you made it to your destination? None of that was done. So I know that even the cop himself is like weary about her conversation, because she's kind of trying to brush off the fact that her father has been missing, and she haven't seen her father in, according to her words, the last time she saw her father was 2 weeks ago. But she's trying to play it off like this is something that he normally does. It isn't, because it was the father who actually called the police and continued to call the police to have a wellness check done. So she's already given signs of she knows something, and she's trying to like further herself away from it, or not even put her father in that location at all. That's why she even gave the storyline of I haven't seen him in 2 weeks. So say I haven't seen him in 2 weeks is trying to say he haven't been physically at this house in 2 weeks, which we kind of know we're probably going to find out that is a lie. But the whole point is that you never even question where your father is after 2 weeks. You didn't even call him. You know his cell phone's there. You didn't call anybody and say, have you seen your father? Why is only your brother concerned about your father and concerned about hearing his voice to actually know that he's okay? You're his child too. And apparently he stayed with you. But this is not your concern. You're making it seem like your father does this all the time. And I want y'all to note that she's also making it seem that her brother is over exaggerating and he's being a pest about wanting to know about the whereabouts of their father. Ricardo says that's crazy. It is crazy. Sweetheart says that's wow. Yes. Borika said, "How do you live with that?" Some they get so accustomed to it that they don't even smell it anymore. And shout out to Ricardo with the $2 super chat, just a bit of support. I truly appreciate any support that can possibly be given financially and just viewership. Thank you so much, Ricardo. Truly, truly appreciate you for the super chat. Borika said, "Where IOS this woman's mind?" I don't know. But she can already see that she's trying to also develop somewhat of a victim type of mindset with the police officer by talking about her injury with her foot and the fact that she has a plumbing issue and she's there by herself. So she's already using that type of victimhood scenario that she doesn't have a male figure in the house to help her. But even though you had your father, who is a male figure in this house, he was probably more dependent on you than you are of him. But it's just funny how she's trying to remove that situation. Let's see. William said most people would have reported their loved one missing if they haven't seen them for 2 weeks. Exactly. Normally it's sometimes it'd be within an hour, and the operator would tell them, especially in the US, William, the operator tell them like, well, this can't necessarily be put as a missing person case until it hits 48 to 72 hours, right? Especially if the individual that's the loved one that is missing is young. They kind of categorize them as runaways, which is a horrible thing to do. I think we need to stop doing that. But normally, if they're young, teenage age or younger, they'll say that they're runaways, and they will give them a couple of days, and they'll probably pop up eventually. Hey, Turkey, how you doing? It's good to see you, sir. Good to see you. Happy Saturday to you. Hope all is well. Oh, okay, Matt Foley. I know that's what you want to say. The numbers are bad. However, it's not true. But good day to you. Let's go on.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess if he shows up, have him call.
Do you have should I call somebody specific?
Have him call his brother.
Okay.
And call the police department.
Yeah. The last pile of mail he picked up, I left him a note saying to call my brother, but I don't know if he did it or not because he still didn't have his phone. But
okay,
I'll leave him a note too.
Thank you.
Call his brother.
The officer leaves the home and he files a missing persons report. Meanwhile, Dana's brother arrives at the police department to show them some text messages between him and his father. In these messages, William tells his son that Dana brought him a burger, and after he ate it, he slept for 15 hours. He then told his son that he believed Dana might be poisoning him. Despite this evidence, it would take about a month before the police were able to secure a search warrant for William's home. Before the search began, Dana was escorted out of the home by a detective and brought down to the local police department. Before leaving, the detective tells the other officers to text him if they find anything.
Go upstairs. I mean, it could be decaying sewage.
So that is really crazy. The fact that the brother has text messages from the father saying that he thinks his own daughter is trying to poison him because she brung him a burger, and with that burger, he slept for 15 hours. That is unnormal. That's really unnormal. I don't know. That's scary. So here's the thing. The father already has something in his mind suspicious of your behavior as as a caretaker per se. and he let your brother know that this is how he was feeling about you. And it's, you know what, it's a good thing that the father did do that, right? So the detectives and the cops, they could take this a little bit more serious and focus on her instead of, looking at her as a potential victim if something did happen to her father, or the caretaker of her father wondering where her missing loved loved one is. That's a very alarming text messages to receive, and good on for the brother to go down to the police department and actually show them those text messages, because you remember the father's cell phone was with her. We don't know if she had access to the father's password, and she probably deleted those messages. So it's a good thing that he kept those messages and he brought it down to the police to see. Let's see. Turkey said, getting ready to go to the little Oktoberfest. Have fun, sir. Have fun. Oh, shout out. Drink for me, please. Hey, young Riaz, it's good to see you. Happy Saturday. How you doing, little bro? Good to see you. Good to see you. Ricardo said, no way. A month? Yeah, right? Oh, no. Poor father. Yeah, poor father. Miss Joanne said, I happen to have seen this dumbass woman on this up. Oh, God. No. Oh, you did? Oh, wow. So you know something that I don't know. Don't tell me, Miss Joanne. Don't tell me. I'm trying to look at it myself. Put your specs on, Miss Jalen. She is not a sleuth. Oh, okay. Why the officer not get a search warrant if he suspected something wrong, haven't filed missing person report? I don't know. I think they're now in the process of getting that search warrant after getting those incriminating messages from the brother that the father told him about her. I think they have a search warrant now. That's why they was able to remove her out the house so they could actually examine the house and see what's going on. Because apparently when they went to go get her, that she didn't go get a plumber, and the house still smelled the same way when the first cop came to the house for the wellness check. So that might be what they're doing right now, William.
But, whew, it's a lot stronger up here.
Yeah, so this was over more piled in clothing when I was in here.
Meanwhile, back at the police department, Dana is being interviewed. The detective notices that Dana doesn't appear concerned about the situation she is in.
So basically the reason we're here is there's certain members of your family that are really upset that they haven't heard from your dad. Mm-hmm. Which has got my lieutenant on my butt about this.
Okay.
And so we're trying to figure out where Bill's at. And we've got some information, and you have some information, and we need your help to kind of get to the bottom of this.
Okay.
So why don't you tell us what you know, and we'll tell you what we know, and we'll try to figure out where he's at and get to the bottom of this.
He got really mad and quit his job a while back, and long line of workaholics, so he was home and miserable. And so he started taking on a bunch of projects. My dad's dependent on me to make the mortgage payment, and he just kind of got where he didn't know how to say no to anybody, and he started hanging out with a couple of women that were a lot younger than him and enjoying himself again, and kind of leaving me notes saying, I'll be gone for a few weeks, not sure when I'll be back, and taking off. And I know both locations don't really get good cell phone service. And so I think he's been enjoying himself instead of feeling obligated to things. And he hasn't cared about the house as much. He's been telling me to just take care of stuff. And so I think he's out having fun, and I'm trying not to put a lot of pressure on him. He gets bitchy if I do. And
remember what I always tell you, be careful and always peep when someone is speaking to a detective or investigator and they're talking about a loved one, a missing person. They haven't found this person. They don't know what happened to them. if the first thing they do when they start having a conversation with them, they start trying to narrate it as all the negative things about this person. Oh, this person is wild. This person is promiscuous. This person is a liar. This person does this. When they start telling all their grievances about the individual instead of acting as a concerned loved one about a missing person, 9 times out of 10, the reason why is subconsciously everything that they were angry or mad about that person is coming out. And it's a tattletale sign that they might know what was going on or they were actually involved in that situation. They can't help themselves to narrate this person as horrible with all their flaws. We know as human beings, we all have flaws. We are not perfect. We will never be perfect. Even when we think we're right and we think we're doing the right thing, we could possibly be wrong. Even if we can be great to one person, we can probably be the villain in another person if you put 2 people in the conversation, in a room to have a conversation with each other. One might say you're an angel and the next one might say you're the devil. That's just the duality of being a human. But if she's narrating it instead of being concerned about her father's whereabouts, if she's narrating it to only talk about his negative things that bothers her or annoys her, then she definitely has some dealings or she knows what happened to that individual. Okay. Miss Borica says, smell that smell again, right? Mm-hmm. Ricardo said, with the smell, the cop didn't need a warrant, right? They're probable cause for a house search. They necessarily didn't need a warrant, but I'm sure they got one. I'm sure they did get one just to be on the safe side and to cover themselves, because we know how these things go. If you skip over certain steps, later on it will come and bite you in the ass when it's time to convict someone. Okay, so do your due diligence. All right. Freedom said, hell yes, you're super smart, man. Oh, thank you so much, Freedom, for the compliment. I truly appreciate you and happy Saturday. Right. How do you talk about your dad like that? Right. It's not even that. Like, because people get on your nerves. Anybody can get on your nerves. People are annoying and they got things that will drive you off the wall. But the first thing that comes to my mind is I'm not going to name off a list of all the things that bothers me about this person. If I believe that this person is in danger, is missing, could be harmed, could be hurt, could be sick, could be lost, could be stranded, could not be eating. You know what I'm saying? Could be injured. The first thing that comes in my mind with a loved one is I want to know what's going on with them. I can be mad at them later on about what I'm mad at them about. I've been doing it for 5-6 years. What's going to change? What's going to change after that? I just want to make sure that they're safe. The fact that she has no concern about him being safe, the fact that she's narrating it as he's just a promiscuous lover boy guy because he's unemployed now or he's not getting that much work at his job, that he must be running around with girls young or her age. Because you see, she, by her narrating in that way, she also showed me that she has a problem with the type of women that he's dealing with. She has a problem with women probably being the same age as her, and the dad is dealing with women in that way. So she has a lot of issues. Let's see. Okay, I think we went over that one. Yep. Sweetheart says she's truly evil. Yeah, and she's smiling. If y'all don't notice, I don't think y'all can really see, but she's actually smiling. There's a reason why she's leaning back like that, because that is also letting me know that she's trying to, withhold actual truth. She's just trying to give her narrative. The hat is supposed to cover a majority of her facial expressions to make it seem like, it's somewhat of a coping mechanism to cover up with how she really how she really feels about the situation. That's why she has a hat on. But if you can't see, she's actually smirking. Freedom said it's her aggression towards him coming out subconsciously. That tells me she did something to him. Right, exactly, Freedom. Don't worry. Oh, okay. Thank you, Turkey. Have 2 beers for me for Oktoberfest. I love Oktoberfest. She also still framing herself as a victim. Yeah, absolutely. Let's go on.
So, I mean, there's been some communication, and like, I leave money out for the rent. He's asked for that to me in cash so he can go and take care of those things. And
Dana explains that she isn't concerned because her father periodically comes back, does things around the house while she is sleeping, then leaves before morning.
I've seen evidence that he's been by the house, so I'm not worried because I go to bed and next day, the stuff outside's been moved and the projects have been changed and the money that I left's gone or whatever. So it just kind of seems normal behavior to me. It doesn't seem terribly different. We did kind of have a conversation about me wanting more of the house and me paying more of the house payment so that he could, because he hasn't been home at all. So we talked about him just, staying at his friend's house more and me paying the whole rent mortgage. And
If you don't mind me asking, what'd you do? How'd you hurt your foot?
Slipped on some mud and smacked it against.
Ouch.
Yeah, I kind of went sideways, and that part of my foot has bothered me before. So
I just want to say she's lying about her injury. She didn't slip in some mud and it slid and hit something and it's just been bothering you. No, you probably got that injury because whatever you did with your father's body or however, what happened, you got hurt from that. Because where did you slip on some mud at? Like, I hope they ask her that. Where did you slip on some mud at? Did you slip on some mud outside? Was it right outside the house? And if it was, what day was it? What days did that happen? Let me confirm whether or not if that was a rainy day. Let's see. Ricardo said crazy and manipulative. Yes, she is. She done him in, but trying to say he's alive by stuff being done while she's asleep. Yeah, exactly. No, I don't buy it. And I know the detectives are not buying it either. And right now she's also she have now crossed her legs. That lets me know that she's lying and she's not being forthcoming. And this is why she laughed it off too. If y'all notice why she laughed it off saying, how did she got hurt? Yeah, I slipped in some mud and my leg went one way and it cracked into something and it's just been bothering me. Yeah, that's all play. That's a lie.
the muscles were already weakened, so they didn't hold like they should when I was trying to regain my standing.
Does your dad have a cell phone with him?
No.
No. Do you know where it's at?
It was at the house. I've been trying to keep it charged, so if he comes back, he can take it. But I don't remember right now. We've been moving everything around so much with the basement. Like, some of the stuff that's normally in the basement is upstairs in my room and stuff like that. So I'm not sure right off where that is.
Okay. Is that normal for him not to have a cell phone with him? I mean, we were all kind of attached to ours, you know.
He's been losing it more lately. He's just telling me I don't have it with me, so if you need me, I'll be back tomorrow or whatever. And he hasn't seemed quite as attached to it as I just assumed it was, that he was enjoying the person he's been staying with. But to leave it this long is a little peculiar, but
Back at Dana's house, the police find a small hidden room in the basement behind a fake wall. The floor appeared to have freshly poured concrete over it, as if someone had hidden something underneath. The police begin to break up the cement to see what secrets are hidden underneath it.
Is this normal behavior for him to do this? Or?
a little bit more than what he normally does, but it hasn't hit abnormal enough for me yet. And plus I've been distracted with my foot and stuff.
Sure,
so, but it's a little bit more than normal, but it's been growing to this, I guess. He's been getting more and more distant and gone longer and longer and that kind of stuff, and complaining more and more about just wanting to do his own thing and not to be dependent on by everybody for money and for labor and stuff, that he just kind of wants to enjoy himself. And it doesn't seem extremely abnormal or crazy to me or anything like that. So,
It's crazy how she's narrating what he feels. But then again, you told the detectives that he's been separating himself from you. He's been very distant. He's been out of the house more often. You've been upset with him because since he's been in and out of work, he hasn't been able to contribute to the house. So any little money that he does get, your own words, he used it to go to the bar and pick up young chicks and stuff like that. Y'all had a disagreement where you said, well, since I'm paying majority of the mortgage and all the stuff like that, and you don't have constant work, I think I should have more ownership of the home, even though it is his house. The home and the title and everything is under his name, not her. So again, how do you know? How do you know that he's saying, oh, everything, I'm stressed out with work, I'm stressed out with this, I'm doing all this, I'm going partying, I'm talking to younger girls your age and stuff like that. How do you know all that if you and him been kind of distant after the situation with the mortgage? The fact that she's even narrating it as if she's in his mind and she knows what's going on, but then yet you didn't even think about worrying about your father after not hearing him for 2 weeks. You can miss me with that. You can miss me with that, young lady. Ricardo said, oh my God, I get Amber Heard vibes when she said, my dog stepped on a bee. Ciao. William said, if he had no phone, people he was supposed to be with would let him use theirs to contact you or leave you a number to call him. Right. And the simple fact is, why wouldn't he have no phone? You said that he'd been losing his phone often. So was it a deal for him to just keep the phone there? So if that was the case, if he's been losing his phone often and you decide to put it on a charger just so when he comes back he can have it, he never came back. You didn't ask any questions about that. You was like, oh, well, whenever he comes back, it's here for him. But then when they ask you where the phone is, you say you don't even know where the phone is. But you said you just put it on a charger. So shouldn't it be remaining in the charger location where you was charging it at? Like a lot of her stuff doesn't make sense. And she doesn't even realize that she's making herself look even more guilty about his whereabouts. And now let's not even point out the fact that they found the little makeshift room that she had. And then apparently it was new concrete that was put over this makeshift room. It'll be, I'm going to bet 9 times out of 10, I think that the father's corpse is under that makeshift room and under that new cement. And you're such a dummy that you don't even know how to properly dispose of a body. And I'm glad that you don't, because I'm not trying to allow people who want to do evil things like that how to actually do it. But you really thought that the concrete was going to cover up the smell of a dead corpse. You are beyond dumb. But let's go on.
My brother called me, but that was, and he just was asking if I'd heard of him, and he said that my dad hasn't responded to a couple
Hey,
of
stay
texts,
strong. Happy Saturday. Go ahead and do what you
it didn't
gotta
seem
do.
like it was going to turn into this.
Appreciate you.
We want to find
Does he have to be found if he doesn't want to be? I mean, if he doesn't want to call his family, does he have to, or am I going to continually be talked to by the police until he does, or?
The detective receives a text message from one of the officers at Dana's home. It says, we found a body. Buried beneath the concrete, the police found the remains of a human body that had been decomposing for quite some time. With this new information, the detectives decide they will need to get more aggressive with Dana.
Well, like I said, we're trying to figure out where he's at, and that's the end result that we're trying to find out here.
Okay.
So the more information you can give us, and the more you can help us out about, his behavior and that the more insight you can give us into his life,
You did call
the
it,
easier it's going to make our
You did
task to
call
finding
it.
him.
Okay.
We've done some checking,
Okay.
and we know he didn't go to Arizona.
Okay.
Okay. And we
How do
really,
you know that?
well, because we've talked to everyone, and he doesn't know anyone in Arizona. Okay. So we really need to know where he went, and we really think you know where he went.
All I know is Martha in Arizona and high school friend in California.
Okay, well, we've talked to everybody, and he doesn't know anybody in California. His friend in California doesn't live there anymore.
And Martha, I mean,
We've talked to Martha.
yeah,
Martha hasn't seen him since the 2nd of December.
that's right around when he came and got the rent. So he's only been, oh no, we're in January, sorry. I was like, it's only been 2 weeks since you saw him then. We're in January, okay.
Yeah.
That laugh is a nervous laugh. Every single time she's about to tell a lie, she starts. That is a very, very nervous laugh. That is some way that she could soothe herself down while she's telling a lie. But it makes her look, it just makes her look 10 times worse. You know, like, this is not a laughing matter. Your father is missing. And at this point, they haven't even hit you with the banger yet. At this point, they already have found a decomposing corpse in your house. And they want you to eventually tell the truth that that was your father and that you placed his body there. They also want to know whether or not did he die of natural causes? Did you get scared? Or did you assume that everybody would think that you would harm your father due to, I guess, your relationship was, getting out of control. Y'all wasn't seeing eye to eye when it came down to the bills, the mortgage and stuff like that. So is that the reason why, if he died from natural causes, did you hide his body? Or did you kill him intentionally and then hide his body? They want to know these things. That laugh is getting on my nerve.
Yeah, those are the only.
And there's been some inconsistencies with your statements to some of the family members and some of his friends about his cell phone and that.
Well, he didn't really want them to know everything, so I didn't tell them the same stories because he kind of wanted them to leave him alone. So.
But why would everybody be saying that's not like Bill? I mean, his friends he works with tells me that's not like Bill. Bill's the type of guy that if you text him, he texts me back within a couple days, or if not a couple hours. We just, there's just a lot of,
I have been giving inconsistent comments to people that ask because it's none of their business, so I just kind of tell them something so that and I didn't think it'd turn into this. I thought it would just be, tell him I lost my phone, even though his phone's sitting right there on the table, I just thought I was kind of giving him his privacy by putting them off a little bit.
Well, you also gave inconsistent statements to my officers, too.
Did I?
Yeah.
I know I was pretty jerked up a few times they were there, but I don't remember exactly
Yeah,
what
you told the officers that he didn't live there.
He doesn't live there anymore. Comes by and gets his mail.
And then you said that
we had talked about him moving out completely, so that's why I said no, not really. He doesn't live here. He gets his mail here. We had just talked about that the month before, around Thanksgiving, so.
Okay.
He doesn't live there anymore. That's
really, Ricardo?
The detectives realized that it's possible her father passed away from natural causes, and Dana was worried about being homeless, so she hid the body. Until an autopsy is done, they can't be sure how he died, or if it is even her father. Either way, they believe she knows a body is buried in her basement, so they give it one last try to get her to confess.
You said he's telling you a lot of stuff. I mean, I'm getting confused because he has his phone or he doesn't have a phone. Does he have a phone or not?
I haven't seen it lately.
No. How does he tell you all this stuff? He's told you a bunch of stuff, you said.
That was before.
Okay, you need some water? Your tongue's really dry.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I've been dry lately.
Are you nervous?
I don't think nervous, but
Well,
I also, this is just weird, and
Right. Well,
everything I do or say is being examined, so it's a little.
You're right. I will tell you this, I'm examining everything you do.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm not going to tell you I'm not.
And I'm more.
Okay. Take everything.
The police checked William's bank accounts, and they noticed that Dana had been cashing his personal checks. and withdrawing money from his account. The detective asks her why the signature on the checks appears to be forged.
And I'm kind of worried now. You know why?
Why?
Because that signature on that check doesn't match his.
So not only do you get rid of your father, you are forging his checks. So you're using his money to continue to live and pay the bills or keep the house and stuff like that. Like that's just that's just beyond wicked. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you didn't want to deal with the responsibility of taking care of your father, but you still want to benefit off of whatever he brings to your dynamic of your relationship, whether it's financially, whether it's actually having a home to live in. You know, you seem like a able-bodied woman. I don't understand why you can't get your own place or a one bedroom. It doesn't seem like you have any children. It doesn't seem like you're married. All you need is a studio apartment. You know, start off there and, you know, get your own one bedroom and start saving and doing whatever you want to do. But that's not what you're doing. You were literally living off your father and whatever pension and whatever odd job that he got in the house. Don't know if this is the family house. It could be the family house, but you are one of those kids who don't want to leave the nest. You want to still live under the comfort and the protection of your parents, but you don't want to take care of them though. You don't want to take care and have the responsibility of them deteriorating, of them not being able to work like how you can work. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to deal with that, but you want to benefit from it. It's really sad because we just see a lot of kids that has this type of mindset today. We have a lot of kids that have that type of mindset. They don't want to have no dealings with their parents getting older. They're quick to throw their parents in a senior citizen home, but shoot, they'll be the first one online to talk about where do I sign to be the owner of the estate. Where do I sign to be the medical proxy? Where do I sign that I am the beneficiary to any life insurance policies or anything, any other investment that you have? They quick to join and make time to sign those papers to benefit off of you. But when it comes down to you actually living and actually them trying to help you as much as possible while you're deteriorating, which is normal, which is a part of life, they MIA. They say, that's not my business. That's not my business. I'm not responsible for that. I have to live my life.
Signature. We've already checked that.
Okay.
So now someone's coming and leaving that Bill didn't write that check. If what you're saying is true, well, I know he didn't write that check. I don't need, whether it's on the kitchen table or not, he didn't write that check.
Okay.
And so now someone's coming in your house. Do you leave the house open?
No.
Someone's got to have a
changed
key.
the locks recently. So
You changed the lock, so how does Bill get in?
he has a key.
Okay, so he's the only one that has a key?
And my kid. And
Okay, well, your kid's not gonna write a check. So now Bill's didn't write that check because we already checked the handwriting.
I wrote the money part in. He just left a signed check.
I'm talking about the signature, not the money
Okay.
part. But you did, tell me, did you sign that check yourself?
Not that one. I've signed other checks because he's told me to.
Not the $500 check?
No.
Are you sure about that?
I remember there being a check on the table. With
Because
the
I can
signature.
take the ink from the
Yeah.
type to what you wrote and match it to the ink of the
Yeah,
signature.
I mean, it was on the kitchen table. And,
Okay, Dana, are you listening to me?
yeah.
I can take the ink from the
Yeah.
top and the ink from the signature, and if they match, you just told me that
But there
you're the
was-
one who wrote the check.
I don't.
And you wrote you a check for $500.
So she
I
do
wrote
have
in the
kids.
$500.
You wrote the $500.
Yeah, to get some stuff for the
Okay.
basement.
Let's talk about the basement. What's up with the basement? What's wrong with the basement?
The
And I want the
toilet,
short story, okay?
the toilet overflowed. I didn't know that
There's
the toilet
nice
backs up
and
down
mean
there.
people
And since he
in
was
every
gone,
place,
I was
sir.
a week before I
I'll let
noticed
you
it.
decide.
So there was
Happy Saturday.
significant amount of sewage water down there.
So you did the job cleaning up because when I went in the house, I didn't smell any sewage.
Yeah, I've been removing the carpet and trying to get rid of the magazines that have. There's still carpet down there with sewage on it, and I called the
Yeah, I don't
plumber.
smell sewage at all.
There's a
The detective believes her father is buried in the basement, but for now, He wants to keep that information to himself, just in case revealing it will cause Dana to ask for a lawyer. The detective wants to know why Dana's house smells like a decomposing corpse.
So I'm going to ask you a question. Why does your house smell like a dead person?
It does?
It does.
I don't know. I just...
So far, they are using the correct tactic with her, because if they was to lay it on thick on her right then and there, listen, we got this evidence. We found a corpse. We found that the cement is fairly new. If they were to do that, she would have shut down and she would go, oh no, I need to speak to a lawyer. You see how she tried to beat around the bush about the forging of the signatures, because even in that itself, that is a crime. Right? That is a crime. Forging somebody else's signature to cash their checks is a fucking crime. So, I mean, at this point, even that is not as worse as, being found for first degree or even second degree murder, right? Which is literally where you're at right now. But you could tell that she was trying to say, oh no, I left the check there on the table, and this bill guy and sometime my kid comes into the house. They're the ones who have the keys because I just recently changed the locks on the house. And then is, oh, okay, but we see the signature. The signature is not his type of signature. Oh, well, I put in the, how much the amount of money was for him, and then he signed it. No, because we see that the signature that you wrote, or the signature that is supposed to be your father's signature, is similar to your handwriting, just how the amount is. And she just tried to keep on bouncing around the fact that she didn't want to even give up that she was forging forging his name and his signature to use his checks. This lady is she's nasty work. She's a real nasty work. Wow, keep quiet so you don't get a lawyer. Right? She's not gonna keep quiet. But she don't have no remorse. She doesn't have no remorse. That's why she's laughing and giggling and what? I don't know what you mean. I mean, because she doesn't really care. She was sick of him. But she still wanted his benefits, and she wanted that house. William said, that's not a very nice question to ask our host, MJ. Show respect to MJ. Ask about what the content of the show is and not personal question. Thank you, William. I truly appreciate you, my good sir from over the pond. Let's go on.
Assume the smells were the sewage.
I've been doing this I've been a homicide detective for years. I know what a dead body smells like.
I don't. I have no idea.
Oh, well, I'm telling you.
Okay.
Can you take my word for it?
Yeah.
Okay. Your house smells like there's a dead person.
I haven't seen any
Okay.
evidence
Well,
of
would
a
you
dead...
know?
No, I haven't seen any evidence of... I've been through the whole basement and the whole upstairs and stuff, and I haven't...
So let me give you a scenario.
You know what? You got that right, Freedom.
I've seen more people under more stress in this town than 30 years in Albuquerque. It's just people are under stress trying to make ends meet.
Mm-hmm.
So you understand that if someone dies in the house and they're died of natural causes and no one tells anybody about it and they actually try to conceal it, that's not that big of a deal. Because once you tell someone about a body, the person that's alive on one day and dead on the next, once you tell the government that, hey, they've deceased, all that funding stops.
What funding?
Like Social Security and money that they get, if they had Social Security coming in or whatever. If those type of entities know that people's alive, the money keeps flowing in, right? And I've had experience with people who didn't commit a crime regarding the death of a person, but they tried to cover it up because they couldn't afford that person to be dead. If that's what happened here, let us know, and we can understand that. I want to ask you, is Bill dead in that house and you covered it up?
Not that I'm aware of.
Not that you're aware of, but what do you mean not that you're aware of? Did he crawl underneath the house?
I have no knowledge of him dying in that house.
Well, something died in that house, because I can smell it. He's either your house or the dump.
I'm not going to put it in a dumpster. I just watch too many crime shows. I would think that would get figured out.
Okay. So,
no, I don't know.
Oh my God. I watch many crime shows.
Yeah.
Right. And I can tell you right now, you are not a criminal. You know why I can tell?
Why?
You're a horrible liar. All right?
Okay.
So, I know that you haven't been totally truthful with Detective Payne here because
Okay.
I know by body language and by statement analysis that you don't want to give us the entire truth. And I'm trying to tell you that you probably need to trust me because I know more about this than you do. I know
Right.
more about the process than
Right.
you do. We both do.
Okay.
So you need to trust us when we tell you if we find the body of Bill later, which we will, and you stick to the story that you got right now. Well, I kind of lied to other people. He had his phone. He doesn't have his phone. I don't really remember. Then we go to the district attorney's office where I talked to him. Like, well, Dana said she wasn't aware if Bill was in the house dead. Well, geez, he's been gone for, it says December 8th or 9th. You would know if Bill was in that house. It's telling to me that you said, I'm not aware if he's in the house. Because that's an equivocal statement.
I
usually
told
made
you
by
that's a
people trying to
nervous
conceal something.
laugh.
And that's science right there. Okay?
I just,
So what are you trying to conceal, Dana?
I'm not trying to conceal anything.
sounds
I
like
just
it.
feel like I can get trapped in if I say he's not and you say he is, and
Say what? I didn't say he was there.
I know
So, I'm telling you
I've been
that.
psychologically fucked with my whole life, so
I'm not trying to say.
between my religion and my dad and everything
Yeah.
else, so I've learned not to get myself trapped in
Watch how
something.
this works, okay? Berg, take the pain. Is Bill dead in your house?
No, he's not.
That's the answer I was waiting for.
But Bill's never been to his house.
Dana, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you're much smarter than you're letting on. You know that I'm talking about. You know, and I know, something happened on the 9th. And I'm not saying it's homicide, but I'm saying it starts to look that way when he's trying to cover stuff up. And you're covering stuff up like you wouldn't believe. Why does it smell like decomposition in your house?
I thought the smell was the sewage.
So you you thought the smell was the sewage.
And I've been trying to remove anything that smells.
The detective is about
She really is digging more of a hole for herself and she doesn't even realize it. You're saying that you're not aware that your father is dead or his body is decomposing in your house, but you knew that it was a smell in the house. Your father was not going to be able to unalive himself and that his ghost was able to put fresh cement over his makeshift I guess grave, right? From the little makeshift room that you created. Like, what do you like? You're in that house. You literally said that you got hurt and injured, so you just been in the house. You weren't going anywhere. You're the only one in that house. We saw the house, ma'am. You're a hoarder. Most hoarders stay in the house. They're not going outside like that. Most of the time they'll have some delivery person deliver their groceries and stuff like that. They do a lot of online shopping. They're not trying to be out and about, and socializing like that. They want to be tuck knit in their house. You really going to make people believe, or you really want the detectives to believe that you are not aware that your father died in that house? And you really think that, oh, well, I watch true crime and I watch CSI and I know that I don't want to incriminate myself. Ma'am, you're incriminating yourself even more by having this bogus discussion with the detectives, deflecting and lying through this whole entire thing where it doesn't make sense. You didn't even have a good answer about why was you forging your father's checks and cashing them. You didn't even have a good answer for that. Like, if that was the case, ma'am, if you really didn't want to incriminate yourself, you should have not had this interrogation with them. You should have had called for a lawyer. As soon as they wanted to have this discussion with you, you should have said, you know what, this conversation ends now. I need a lawyer. But you didn't do that. So you wanted to have the conversation. You wanted to incriminate yourself. It is what it is. It is what it is. Asia said, it's not rocket science. He's either dead in the house or he's not. What the? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. She is so dumb. Yes, she is. Yes, Freedom. Like, come on now. Thank you. I appreciate you, sweetheart. I appreciate you. Puerto Rico says this chick is on some type of a rug. Yeah, she's on some drugs. She's on some real hard stuff. I don't even know. She panicked when she found out her dad dead, but is guilty of mistreating his body and squandering his money. And she was afraid of losing her cash flow. Right. And I'm glad that he pointed out that even if let's say she didn't kill him, but the fact that he is now deceased, if he's getting any SSI or anything of that sort, any benefit from the government, it's now going to stop because he's no longer alive. So if you thought that you was going to continue to cash on his SSI checks, you're even more horrible, because it wasn't about, oh my God, I was really afraid that, everybody was going to think it was me. And I panicked when my father died from natural causes, just due to his health. No, you hit his body because you still wanted to utilize his resources. You still wanted to utilize the money that he was going to get to fund your life, which worked in your benefit by continue to pretend that he's still alive and that he's running around in Mexico. That's how she made it seem. She made it seem that her father just like took up and he's out there in Mexico, out there in Cancun, living his best life. No. How can he be doing that if you said that he was depressed because he was in and out of jobs and he wasn't getting employment like that? So he was only banking on whatever he got from SSI or any senior benefits and stuff that he was having to maintain the house that you had. That was the whole big argument to begin with. So how is he out there living his best life in Cancun? Huh? Can you please explain that to me? You can't. Hey, Don, how are you doing? Happy Saturday to you. I was never here. Valerie said at this point, she can't even keep up with her own lies. She needs to just shut up and get a lawyer. Yeah, she does. She definitely do. Isaiah says, hoarders are so wild. Doesn't even get the dead body of her father out of the house. Crazy. Like, it's a possession thing, man. It really is. It's control and possession with the hoarding.
To reveal that a body was found in the basement of Dana's home. But first, he wants to explain how he believes William was killed.
You have access. You looked up something on your phone or the computer. You got some medication. Say, here, Dad, here's some food. You need to go to sleep for a while, which I need a break. Because that's what happened on the 7th, when he slept for 15 hours after you gave him some food, and he freaked out about it. And I think on the 9th, again, on the day that you broke your foot, on the day that your ex-husband got married, he's yapping at you and everything else, and you're like, I just want a break.
We had a good day.
Yeah. I'm giving it to you. It's not going to be there.
Annoying, but we talked about him moving out.
No, you didn't. You didn't. That's another lie.
Why is that a lie?
Because it's not the truth.
Great.
That's what the definition of a lie
Right,
is.
William.
It's not the truth. Because I'm an expert at this. You're not even good at it. I'm an expert. That's a lie. You didn't talk about it. The only reason you would lie about talking about it because you know what I'm saying is true. What did you give him on the 9th?
Nothing. Don't know if he's dead, and I don't know how he died if he is dead. I think he's alive. There's been signs that he's been to the house.
No, there hasn't. Here's what it looks like. Here's what it looks like. You lied to the cops, and you're bilking him out of his money. You're draining his bank account while he's dead in the dump or in your house. Does that look good?
No.
No, it looks bad, huh?
Yeah.
Not if he died of natural causes. Well, it doesn't look good, but it doesn't look like it killed him for money.
Yeah.
Looks like maybe the dude just died in his recliner, and that's why you got rid of it.
I haven't moved a dead body. I haven't interacted with a dead body. I have no reason to believe that there's been a dead body there,
What's
other
all
than
that?
you telling me there's glowing things.
Why'd you put...
The biggest dead giveaway is, if you notice, they're having a conversation about her father being dead. Now, her thing is, she said that she swears up and down that he's alive. Where is the emotional reaction of cops and detectives coming to you saying that they found a corpse in your house and they think it's your father? You have no emotional reaction or even distress or even any form of anxiety that your father is no longer living. Literally how you're holding the conversation as if this is all a hypothesis that this is all make believe and that, hey, he's still out there living his best life. He's just out there living his best life. I know, I swear he is. Like, even there have not been any change in her tone about talking about her father or potentially her father being dead. Not once. She's still talking the same way. I haven't heard her sniffle. I haven't heard her cry. I haven't heard or seen any sign of stress, which normally would happen with a person if they hear something about their loved one, especially if it's something that they didn't want to hear, right? She haven't done anything. To me, she's borderline a psycho. She's a psychopath. She's definitely on that level, because remember what I told you about psychopaths. Their emotions stay the same. Their emotions is mundane. It doesn't go up and down with someone who is considered a sociopath, right? Or have antisocial personality disorders. Their emotions is 0 to 100. It fluctuates all the time. 1 minute they hot, 1 minute they cold. That's not the way with psychopaths. Psychopaths, their emotion stays the same. The way how they talk about a wedding is the same way how they talk about a funeral. There is no change in emotions, and she definitely gives that. She definitely gives it. Let's see. Chat lawyer will not represent this knock job. She just snitched on herself. She did. She's been lying and laughing like nothing happened. Right, exactly. And there's an ex-husband. This chick looks like she's 15. Well, she definitely dressed like one. This chick is cuckoo. Yeah. Nor is she asking any questions. If she wanted to know where he was, she would be asking and trying to find out. Right, exactly, Freedom, exactly. No, sweetheart, I'm not going to stand up. I enjoy sitting down right now. Thank you. Let's go on.
Semen in the crawl
My
space.
dad's been putting cement down there, and
Your dad's not here.
No, before. And I've been adding to it, trying to get it out of the car.
So with a broken foot, that's the time that you want to pour concrete.
No.
See how this thing is just keeps
Chris brought
unraveling
in the
and unraveling?
concrete, and...
We're going to dig out the concrete.
Okay.
And we're going to find your dad underneath there.
Really?
Yeah. I'm almost positive. Obviously, I'm not God, right? Can't say for sure. I can't say for sure, oh, that dad's in there. But based on my experience, I think your dad's in that basement, and he's underneath that concrete. And when we dig it up, it looks like you killed him for everything that I've already told you
I
about.
didn't kill my dad.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that. But he died nevertheless. Or he wouldn't be in the dirt underneath the concrete. He's moved. We know something died in the basement. It got moved from where the recliner was to where the new cement is. And now they're in the process of digging that cement up from what they just
I'm
told me.
guessing this is where I need to ask for an attorney then.
Dana asks for a lawyer, but it's too late. They can't charge her with murder, but they can charge her with concealing a dead body.
We found a body in your house. At this time, you're under arrest for concealing a dead body. You need to stand up. You need to stand up.
An autopsy was done on William's body, and it came back that he had been killed by overdosing on horse sedatives. The investigators checked Dana's computers, and they found that she had ordered the medication off eBay right before her father was killed. Dana was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced the rest of her life in prison. What are your thoughts on this case? Do you think she accidentally killed her father by giving him too much medication, or was it cold-blooded murder? Please share your thoughts in the comments below.
Oh my God, that woman is completely wicked. So they got her on, concealing a dead body, right? But now that they was able to do an autopsy, she was poisoning him. So the father was not lying when he was when he sent those text messages to the son. She was poisoning him. Are you giving your father horse medication? Do you own a horse? Do you have like a ranch or a stable in the back of your yard where you have horses? Why are you giving your father horse tranquilizers. Why are you giving your father horse medication? And then he overdosed on horse medication. So this is not something that you did once. This is not something that you did twice. You was doing this for a while. And it just started to really, I guess, deteriorate his body faster when it got to the point when he slept for 15 hours. That's why he knew that something was wrong. He probably wasn't eating. He probably was throwing up or shitting on himself. Like something was wrong. And he had to go tell the brother, like, listen, I don't know what's going on, but your sister, she's doing something. So in fact, you did kill your father for money. You didn't want to be responsible for him, but you wanted his money though. And you wanted his house. You just didn't want him around. That's sickening, man. It's just really, really, it's really sickening, yo. That's just disgusting. It's like, I hope they gave her life in prison. They didn't necessarily say what her charge was or how much time, but with that newfound information that he overdosed with horse medication, she better get life in prison or get on death row. Like, seriously. Oh no, how evil. Yeah, she's an evil little thing, ain't she? Evil little thing. William said, murder, MJ. Love your shock. Oh my God. I know my expressions is crazy. If it was her horse pills, how she overdosed him. Like, I don't even know why are you giving him horse pills. Like, that's just so crazy. He was her cash pony to live her life. Yeah. But why the son didn't come and get his dad? That's another thing too. He didn't act on those text messages, but he was concerned enough to go to the police. Yeah, it's like dropping the ball at that point, right? I think they did say life in prison. Thank you, Freedom. I hope she did. She needs to be getting like death row. Like, she really need to be, I don't believe necessarily believe in execution, but with her, that would be a case to, really think about. All right. So guys, I have another case for you good folks. I hope you're hitting the like button for me. I truly, truly appreciate it. As always. So we have another House of Horrors, guys. Another House of Horrors. I'm kind of getting it's October, Halloween, my favorite holiday is about to come in. So I'm watching a lot of things of this type of nature. So cops discovered dad hiding inside his son's house of horrors. So I wanted to take a look at this. This seemed very interesting to me, and I hope that you guys enjoy it. I hope you see my screen, and here we go.
Snow sputtered fitfully in the air as Corporal Clayton Wright of the Wythe County Sheriff's Office responded to a call of a fire along a lonely mountain road. It was in the earliest hours of January 13th, 2023, as he approached the small farmhouse and walked around to the back of the property to see a truck burning furiously.
I think 22 Central. Central, it's going to be a pickup truck behind somebody's house. Got 10-4 Central. Central, be advised, I've also got some blood out here. I've just ran up on the backyard. I don't know if it's an animal or not. So start me a VSP unit. Wythe County Sheriff's Office. Anybody inside, announce yourself. Wythe County Sheriff's Office, announce yourself.
Oh my God. So that is really, really horrible. So The cops pull up, y'all see that truck in the back burning in a flame. And now when he comes around towards the opening door of the house, even before he even stepped in, there's a trail of blood literally going outside of that particular door with the house in shambles. That is something very crazy and very traumatic to experience. But this is what cops have to go through every single day. These are one of the situations that cops have to go through every single day. oh my God. That was kind of disturbing to watch. But let's go on a little bit. Let's see what happens.
With County Sheriff's Office, if you need your
Well,
announce
that's great
yourself.
news, Ricardo.
Holy shit. $222 Central. Central, be advised, I've got a lot of blood inside the back bedroom or back kitchen area. Door's going to be open on the residence.
Something or someone has been killed here, and now Corporal Wright is terribly aware of just how alone he is on this night. Or is he?
Goddamn, I need a trooper now. I need another fucking unit.
With County Sheriff's Office, make yourself known!
Car just got set on fire.
Oh no.
Come downstairs.
Yeah, Corporal, even as courageous as he is, he wasn't supposed to necessarily do that. As soon as he seen the vehicle on fire, I would have had called for backup immediately. He decided to proceed into the house. He took a risk by doing that. He really did, because you don't know who was there. You don't know who's behind the corner, or as further as you get in the house, you don't know if that person's behind you. And this is why you don't go in by yourself. You call for backup, right? So you can actually secure the scene of the crime and make sure that everything is clear and nobody is there. Or if they are there, you're not going to get ambushed. So he risked doing that. I'm just glad that, he was okay. I'm definitely glad that he was okay. And he was able to get out and call for backup, because that could have had went left. It could have been a whole different other scenario by him, going in there gun blazing like that. Hey, Karen, how are you? It's good to see you. Happy Saturday to you, ma'am. So let's go on. It seemed like he called backup, and they went in, and they eventually found somebody hiding upstairs.
Hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up.
You're a cold-blooded killer, and you just shot somebody in your house for no reason other than you're just a bad person. You want them to die.
The night began with a call to the Wythe County 911.
With County 911, where is your emergency?
Hi, I'm calling to report a fire in Rural Retreat.
Okay, ma'am, what's the address?
I don't know the exact address. I can just see it I could see it right across the interstate.
Okay, so it's going to be off of Wesley Highway then?
Yeah, it's going to be off of Wesley Highway. There's usually a house that sits up there, and it looks like it's a shack or a house. I can't really tell because it's dark, but fire is roaring.
Deputies and members of the Rural Retreat Volunteer Fire Department were quickly dispatched to the area. Corporal Wright, first on the scene, though, is on his own until backup arrives. Since there is no exact location available on the original dispatch, those support units could be anywhere, and help could be just around the corner or far too far away. Roads in the backcountry of the Appalachians can run parallel for long distances before connecting back up. A patrol car just a couple of miles away in the next valley could be completely out of range of providing any assistance.
Goddamn, I need a trooper now. I need another fucking unit. Oh God, please be a fucking deputy. Please be Tyler. It's 8:22 Central. I just had a vehicle pull in. I believe it may be with fire department or rescue. I'm not sure. Sheriff's office.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. Essentially, they're going to be with rescue fire department. I don't know who's inside, man. Nobody should be in the vehicle. Vehicle's pretty much toast at this point. If you want to let fire know.
Corporal Wright could be the next victim rather than a responding hero. It's weighing heavily on him, but he has to do what he can to check for potential survivors or to flush out the killer. He moves back into the house.
With County Sheriff's Office, if you're inside, announce yourself. Essentially, the vehicle's going to be a total loss at this point. They don't have to come at this point until I can get something figured out of what's going on inside the residence. With County Sheriff's Office, if you're inside, announce yourself.
Luckily, members of a local volunteer fire department arrive on the scene and he keeps the back door of the farmhouse secure. He quickly advises them to begin working on getting the fire out.
10-4. Some of the blood inside's coagulated, some of it's dried already. Possibly a couple hours old at this point. But it is a fair amount. Possibly somebody looked like they were drugged, given the drag marks here going inside the door. With County Sheriff's Office, if you're inside, announce yourself.
10-14-22.
Is there something we can help you with? Yeah, just get the fire put out, I guess. Just be careful with it. It's possibly going to be arson. And just make sure there's nobody in the driver's seat or passenger seat or in the back that was tied up or anything suspicious.
The chief of that fire department, Dale Evans, was among the firemen arriving on the scene. Evans was also a sergeant with the local sheriff's office, so he moved in to give immediate backup to his fellow officer, even though he himself was unarmed.
What do you say, Dave?
I'll go. I'm not armed, but I'll go with you.
I mean, shout out to the firefighter who was law enforcement at one point. He was willing to go in with the guy to see what was going on. It was still dangerous though, nonetheless. Just one weapon, I don't think people understand how dangerous this situation can be. You're literally going into unknown territory. You don't know what is really behind that door. You don't know if somebody's going to come at you with a gun or a knife or an axe, a bat, whatever, and I think people, and it's because of movies and shows and stuff like that, people make it seem like it's an easy situation. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. There is so much risk. Your life can literally be taken in a split second just for you to go in there to be brave enough to see if any other victims are there, or just even to see what happened in this situation. So you got to give credit where credit is due. I know we have bad apples and all the stuff like that. I get it. But now actually seeing body camera footage of just put yourself in these cops' position. Put yourself in their position. What would you do if you have to go into some horrible scene like that and you don't know whether or not who's around the corner who might want to harm you? You don't know if it's a victim or it's the perp. You don't know. But you do know that you want to go home at night, right? You do know that you want to see your family, right? You do know that you don't want to be laid up in the hospital, right? Or bleeding out, right? You have to take those things into consideration. Asya said, it's crazy that some people think that they will get away with doing these crimes. Like, she really thinks that that story will work. Yeah. Have you seen the Sarah Boone interrogation? Top-notch victim mentality and maddening to hear her talk. Yeah, I think I did see the Sarah Boone one. I think we went over it on this channel before.
I'm waiting on Pete. I don't know if anybody's here. There's normally 2 or 3 cars here when I come by. And I'm probably stuck in this guy's yard. But that's old, but that's definitely somebody got drugged. When I went around the fence at the corner, there was blood on the ground, and I was like, oh shit. So I don't know what the hell's going on.
Welcome back, Stay Strong.
Fire department, anybody here? Fire department!
I walked to about right there, and I was like, shit ain't worth being in the paper.
Somebody's been drugged.
A third officer arrives, this one armed with an AR-15, and the trio move into the home. Someone in the house who had been hiding upstairs announces themselves and heads down to the officers for protection.
With County Sheriff's Office, make yourself known!
Wait, right here. Don't move, you don't move, understand me?
Any weapons? What's wrong? Who else is here?
I know where he went. That's why I see him come down here.
He had a gun?
Evidently.
What's in this door in the living room?
Right here.
It's in the living room. It's TV. What's in here?
You talking about in here?
Behind me. Let's see your other hand. Come down the stairs.
Hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up.
Come back here.
That's my son's room. I don't know what's going on.
What's in this door?
This door?
That's the bathroom.
Okay, anybody in there?
I don't have a clue.
Sit on the couch. Wait a minute.
I think that's
What's your son's name?
Calvin Douglas Jr. It's his sister.
Where's the last time where did he go?
I don't know. He's traveling walking back and forth.
How long ago?
It's been about 6:30, about 2:30.
Did he leave?
I don't know.
Did he shoot somebody?
He shot about 3 times down there. That's all I know. But I mean,
Is he upstairs?
no, he ain't upstairs.
Turn around real quick for me, okay?
He's on the
You're not in any kind of trouble, okay?
Calvin Duggan's the sheriff's office. Make yourself known.
Have a seat right here on this couch for me, okay?
I was scared to come down here.
It's not a very big farmhouse, but there could be any number of places for someone to hide within. The officers take their time to make sure they're not walking into a trap while they go over what they know and what they are guessing at from the limited information that they have.
2 o'clock.
Car just got set on fire.
Oh no.
Hasn't had it.
Yeah, only reason I knew it was blue is because the damn trim had come very bottom. There ain't nothing left in the truck.
So it's been burning probably towards the vehicle later.
Yeah, probably. I'd give that vehicle 45-minute burn.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it'd been burning for a
He
minute.
probably forced it.
Like there ain't
Got out
nothing left in it. Like I want to
He said red car's gone. Probably took you in.
Yeah.
Calvin, man, it's the sheriff's office. I need to know if you're in here.
I can't get around there. I can see. I'm not gonna like beat my head for it, but I got a little horse. I was like trying to distance a little bit.
Then they get a report in from the firefighters working out back. This is very much a murder scene they are standing in.
Temple. We're standing by. We cleared about half the lower level.
That guy's body inside the truck, curled up behind the passenger seat.
I might have never seen that when I went past it.
With his gut burned up.
And then finally, with the arrival of a Virginia state trooper for further backup, the officers try to sweep the rest of the house. Buster has been taken outside and placed in a patrol vehicle. At this point, he could either be a near victim in need of protection, or he could be the perpetrator. They have no way of knowing for sure.
Yeah, so they don't know for sure, but here's the thing. The first corporal that was there, he asked whoever was in the house to come out at least about 3 times. It's not until he got backup that the father or the stepfather made himself aware or known that he was in the house to the police. I find that quite odd, right? Because he could have came downstairs and told him, hey, I'm here. I don't know what the hell is going on. This is my son's house. Whatever happened, I heard gunshots around like 2:30, and I don't know if he's still in the house. I don't know if he's in the barn. I don't know if he's in the basement. I don't know if he's in the closet, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Why did you wait so long to notify them that you was down? And then the first thing that you did is just start naming off that this is, this is your son, or something had to do with your son, or your son was shooting or something like that. It's just weird. But and then on top of that, if you heard shooting and stuff like that, that means that you heard a commotion, right? So you didn't tell me you didn't know who else was in the house, or did you hear another voice? It's like, it's certain things that's not adding up. But again, doesn't necessarily make him the suspect yet, but he is going to be a suspect due to the fact that he's the only one that's in the house so far, right? And then it took him a while, and they caught it on body camera. It took him a while to actually acknowledge and identify himself to the police. And then the first thing that he did when he came down there is naming off his son. And this is his son's house. So that doesn't necessarily look good. The burning of the vehicle, they had to make sure that there was no one in the vehicle being burnt, with the vehicle, but the vehicle is done. It's toast. It's, there's no way you can salvage that. But this is getting really weird because there's so many different hiding spots in this house that they still have to keep on searching and clearing every single room. They got to search and clear the backyard. They got to search. That's why they need more law enforcement to show up, whether it's the deputy, state, whatever. Whoever can get there, they're going to need them to help them, because this property have a lot of land. And it's like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. It's pitch black out there. You've seen that they have to use their flashlights. They have to be careful. They need as many bodies as possible to help them clear this whole situation out for them to understand it. All right, let's see. It looks like it's the beginning. Yeah. William said perpetrator. Yes. Thank you, A&J Monroe. I truly appreciate it. Happy Saturday to you. Let's go on.
Handcuffs and confinement in a patrol vehicle is their best bet at this point.
The county sheriff's office, make yourself known.
Yeah, man, get those. I want the stairs.
Okay.
Bedroom's clear.
The officers begin to move upstairs. There are still too many hiding places, and they have to be careful.
Can we go first and rifle?
No, if something happens, put about 1,000 rounds on the fucking floor.
No, buddy.
Oh, that floor will collapse. I promise you that when you get done.
Sheriff's office, if you're upstairs, announce yourself now. Flip the mattress. That door's pulled shut with wire. With County Sheriff's Office, if you're up here, announce yourself right now. Watch the backside, guys. Check the door over there. Clear my side.
County Sheriff's Office. Dog. Sheriff's Office.
Clear here, Peyton.
Okay.
Now the house is clear, and officers on the scene gather to talk about what has happened. Others, including the local sheriff, have also convened on the area.
Chris, house is clear top to bottom. We've got one detained in the back. His name's Buster.
Okay, is that the only witness here?
That's here, yeah.
He heard it happen. He didn't see it.
He's afraid to call 911.
Yeah. Take him to the, just run him to the office.
Calvin killed a fella named
Ronnie.
Hey, kid.
Yeah.
They work together at the milk barn.
Well,
Those two
they
work.
used to. They don't work there no more from what Buster said.
Okay.
Buster's the old man upstairs.
Hey, there should be a red car here belongs to Calvin's sister.
It's gone.
Gone.
It's gone.
There's spin marks over here. The car had been burning probably 45 minutes, hour, minimum 30 minutes.
So we think Ronnie's the victim in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old man heard them arguing, heard Ronnie say Calvin, and then heard 3 shots, and then didn't hear anything after that. Calvin was pacing back and forth in the house for hours. After this happened, like 2 o'clock.
Old man have any idea what they was arguing about?
He said they always argued now and again.
All right, get his ass to the office.
Officers begin to head out to nearby neighbors' homes to see if anyone had seen anything, as well as to look for Calvin, who, if he is involved, is still at large and is obviously a danger to anyone he comes across.
Please, Sheriff's Office. Hey, man, y'all been here all night and everything? Yeah. Did you hear anything or anything out of the ordinary last night around maybe 2?
Not really. Not until y'all started showing up.
Okay. Alright, did you see any cars or hear any cars leaving or anything before we got here?
No, I've been asleep since about 9:30 until y'all started rolling in.
Okay.
What can you tell me about your neighbors? Depends on which one. There's anywhere between a half a dozen of them to 8 or 10 that over all the time.
Okay. Do y'all ever talk to them or
No.
anything like that? Okay.
No, I don't have nothing to do with them. Once they leave me alone, we're good.
Don't blame you. Okay.
No, all I know about them, they work for hookers.
Okay.
That's the only thing I can tell you.
Yeah. Good deal. Well, we appreciate you, man. Sorry to bother y'all this early in the morning.
Oh, that's all right.
Well, y'all have a good
Don't
one.
worry about that.
See you.
You're
Thank
good.
you.
Buster is taken back to the Wythe County Sheriff's Office in Wytheville, Virginia. He's taken in and placed in an interview room to wait to speak to detectives. At this point, they have found no signs of Calvin Duncan anywhere, so they have to treat Buster as a suspect.
Morning, Mr. Rakes.
Morning.
Sorry, it's a little chilly in here.
Yeah, I ain't got no shoes on and I have my shorts on.
Well, I'll see if we can't figure something out to get you some blankets or something, okay?
I'll be alright.
Okay.
I just told the officer after we get done or whatever, I got to milk cows this morning.
Okay. All right, we'll get you back. All right, my name's Sergeant Wayne Kirby. I'm a criminal investigator here at the Wythe County Sheriff's Office.
You just call me Buster if you want to.
Buster, okay. Well, Buster, I appreciate you coming in and trying to help us figure it out.
Happy Saturday to you.
I couldn't even come downstairs.
I like your avatar.
Well, and I completely understand that.
I
Okay.
couldn't call y'all or something because it hurt me on the
Right.
phone. He's down at the bottom of the steps.
Okay.
A number of people were living in the house, somewhere between 5 and maybe 6, and the relationships between them were a bit complicated.
Let's start with just where this incident happened at. Okay.
Well,
did it happen at your house?
Yeah.
Okay, at your house.
Don't worry about it, Bruce. I'm just glad that you were able to show up.
Me and Ronnie Akers, the one that supposedly shot, probably.
Okay.
Me and him worked together for a long time. I've known him all my life. And
Did he live there with you?
yeah, me and him got the farmhouse where we was going over 6 nights a week for Jim. And
Okay. And what's his name?
Ronnie Akers.
Akers. Okay, so you and him both live in that house together?
Yeah, right.
Okay. Anybody else live in the house with
Well,
you?
my stepdaughter, Calvin's sister, Teresa Lawson. and her boyfriend. He stayed a little bit, not a whole lot.
Okay, so Teresa Lawson lives there.
Yeah,
Who's your stepdaughter?
And then Ronnie's girlfriend.
Okay, and Ronnie's girlfriend. Who's Ronnie's girlfriend?
Diane Bowens.
You say Diane?
Yeah, she hadn't been staying. Well, she just stayed there the last couple of days. I mean, she just come back. They kind of fussed at each other a little bit, so they're back up there now.
I get that. And you said there was another person. There was a Calvin.
Calvin Duncan, he's the one that got looking for him.
Okay.
He's my stepson. Well, I ex-stepson, because me and Mom was divorced, so.
So he.
Now, I know this guy's an old guy, but he is giving off signs of not telling the truth. Apparently 6 or 7 people live in that house, but yet you were the only one was there. Nobody else was there. You said that Calvin, your stepson, was there. He was the one who shot the gun. He was arguing with Ronnie. Apparently they did find a body burning in that car, and they're saying that it was Ronnie. And he said he told the police that they were arguing earlier, and then he heard him scream out Calvin's name. He does know something. He does know something. So far, he is like, he knows that his son has something to do with it, but he is withholding a little bit more information than just his son having something to do with it. Why is all these people living in your house? All of y'all work at the farm, on the farm, milking cows or the dairy, right? So you're all pulling your weight and you're all just cooped up in one house. From the looks of it, that your neighbors said that they didn't want no dealings with any of y'all, even the stepdaughter, her man, whoever else. They didn't want no dealings with any of y'all because, I don't know, maybe could have been some criminal activity that was going on in that house, some drug activity that was going on in that house that they have overheard before, and they just decided that they don't want to be any parts of it. They just let them do what they want to do or whatever they do over there. But this father, the stepfather, you could tell by his body mannerisms that he's not necessarily telling the whole truth. It could be that he is also cold, right? Because he doesn't have no shoe on. They got the AC on. We know how these interrogation rooms go. Sometimes they'll turn up the heat or they'll turn up the AC to get you to start talking, to keep you uncomfortable, right? But my thing is, I will have to wonder what would be the motive. Because the motive, I mean, was it an argument that went too far? Does it have money? Does it have to do with money? These are the things that I will be thinking about if I was on this actual case. What would be the reason for them to have a brutal murder that happened in the house, then dragging the body, apparently it seems, across the yard, put in the person's body in their vehicle, and then torching it, and then fleeing the scene? It's a lot of questions there. Stay Strong said, Brucey loose. Respectfully, that's the matter of opinion. Is live in Georgia and left after 6 short years. I couldn't get out of the state fastest. Not you talk about Georgia. I've been in Tennessee for years. Nowhere else I want to be. Yeah, Brucey is that Tennessee boy. You know what I'm saying? Brucey is. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Let's see what else he has to go on. Shout out to my Southern people.
Yes, I don't know if once your stepson, always your stepson, or how that works.
I mean, I've always been dad's though, because I raised him since he was little.
Okay, well that's good enough.
But I just don't like the situation
now does Calvin Duncan, does he live there too?
Yeah.
He lives there too.
In addition to living together, Buster, Ronnie, and Calvin all work together at one of the area's dairy farms.
Well, now that we got everybody that lives there, what's took place this tonight?
Well, a few days before today, Calvin is paranoid schizophrenic.
Okay.
He thinks the cartel's after him. He thinks the white, whatever they call him's after him. He just thinks people's after him.
Okay.
And then I had to stay in his room with him one night because he thought the walls were moving, the window was moving. Somebody was looking in the window. He looked out in the field out the window and said, "Man, there's a bunch of them." It's a bunch of who? And he
So for the last few days, Calvin's been worried about the cartel coming out?
Yeah, more about just people in general. I mean, he thinks people's coming out of the walls at the house, and he thinks we're hiding in the walls, and he thinks they're in another room talking to one of us. Or I said, "That ain't nobody in here."
Yeah.
He's been going through this just about a couple of weeks now, and it's got worse, and he's practically almost lost his mind. I mean, pretty much. He ain't no thinking process. But tonight, I had to go. I got off work early, and I went with my buddy at work, and I had to go file my taxes and stuff. So I come back home, shop a little bit, and got me some stuff.
Okay.
And Calvin kept coming out of his bedroom, and I don't know where Diane or Ronnie had went, but I know Ronnie had came back, but I'll give you that in a minute. But see, they left. I can't remember, about 10 o'clock, I think it was, maybe something till 10. And Calvin kept coming out of his room and hollering up, not hollering, but talking out those sides. "Anybody up?" I've been out here talking to my damn self. And I said, "Well, I'm laying down, son. I got to work in the morning." So, I mean, that was, he just mumbled something. I went on back in his room. They come out, they come in.
Hi, Dupin. It's good to see you again.
About 2
Hope
o'clock,
everything's well with you. Happy Saturday.
Diane had a blood
Thank you so
clot.
much. I'm doing well. Thank you so much. I hope everything's going well.
I give him a half-pack of cigarettes because he didn't have nothing. Said he's going to work. He had to go back down to milk.
Okay, and that was Ronnie?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he said Diane stayed in town tonight because she had a blood clot or something in her leg. And
Did she stay at the hospital or something?
no, she stayed with a friend.
Okay.
But that was about 2 o'clock.
Okay.
Diane didn't come back that evening, leaving just Ronnie downstairs after Buster retreated to his part of the house upstairs.
And I had just given the cigarettes, and I went back up there and just sat on the edge of the bed. I usually sleep on the couch downstairs, I don't like it upstairs, but
yes, sir.
I just went up there and sat on the edge of the bed, and I keep my clothes and stuff in there. And about 15 minutes later, I heard a shot.
Okay.
And I heard another shot.
So that's a little bit telling to me because you said that you normally sleeps downstairs. You don't go upstairs. So why of this day would you go upstairs? What would be your reason to go upstairs if you normally sleep downstairs? Why wouldn't you just stay downstairs with Ronnie? It seemed that the daughter didn't come back, but Ronnie was still there. Then you said that Calvin was there, but he was in his room and he would come out and start carrying on, talking about who's there, who's in the walls. This is according to what the stepfather is saying. But to me, I'm sorry, it seems a little bit more about you're involved. You also told them that y'all all work together, right? You all work together. So it could have been a money problem, when it came down into the household, who's paying more bills, or you in my stuff, or you messing with my stuff, whatever, right? The biggest thing I want y'all to take away with what he's saying, he said that his pattern is that he stays downstairs. He sleeps downstairs. He doesn't like sleeping upstairs. So how come it's such a coincidence that the day that Ronnie is attacked or shot and then burned to a crisp is the day that you're upstairs? I just want y'all to keep that in the back of your mind, okay? Dupin says, happy Saturday. We are almost Sunday here. Oh, yeah, that's right. Life is going okay. Thanks. Hope is for you. It is. Thank you so much. Bruce says she has a blood clot and refuses to go to the hospital. Stubborn lady. Yeah, I mean, she probably just can't afford it. And she doesn't want the bill. You're I'm your bedtime story again. Oh, shout out. Appreciate it. William says, sounds like Calvin disturbed this guy from his sleep and had a fight and led to him killing Calvin. That could have been a possibility too, but they said that it was Ronnie, or they perceived that the body that was found was Ronnie in the vehicle. Calvin is still no way to be found. What if the detectives got it wrong? What if it's not Ronnie? What if it's actually Calvin? And then that would make even more sense as in why the stepfather would be a suspect, because he was the only one that was there. He was found upstairs. He didn't answer the first cop on scene. He waited until more came on scene. Then he decided to announce himself. He just said that he normally don't even go upstairs. He stay upstairs because he doesn't like sleeping upstairs. But yet, out of all days, this is the day that you want to go upstairs and lay upstairs. I don't know. My spidey senses is tingling. I don't know. I think that he's involved. That I could be wrong, right? But I do definitely believe that he's involved. Can you give me a quick catch up? Oh yeah, so police came on scene. They found a burning car, 911 call. They go in there. They go to the back door of a house and they see a whole bloody mess. It looks like a homicide, but there's no body. But there's blood trails that's leaving outside that a body was dragged. House is in shambles. Cops had to call a backup. Fire department came to put out the fire. They found that there was a corpse burning in this car that was burning for at least an hour before the first cop came on scene. Then the stepfather comes down. They detain him. They still searched the premise. They cleared the house. Nobody else was there. They went around to witnesses to confirm if they seen anything or they heard anything and try to get an idea about the people who live in that house. So this is where we at right now. They're just interrogating him to see about what he know about that night leading up to, I guess, from 9:30 p.m. of that night all the way into the morning until the police came in. Oh, no problem, Duping, no problem. Let's go on.
And after the first shot, before the first shot, I heard somebody holler, Calvin. Like they was surprised, or like they was getting a gun pointed at them, and they was shot, Calvin. And next thing I know, the first shot, I heard somebody hit the floor. And the second, then a couple of seconds went by, and I
I think so too, William. That's what I'm starting to get.
And by then, I was just tore all the bases tore up.
Now, when you say you heard a shot, a gunshot, was
That
it in
could be
the
a
house, outside of the
possibility
house?
why he didn't
It was
answer
in the house,
initially.
downstairs.
Yeah.
You were upstairs.
Yeah, and I was afraid to do it. I was afraid to call y'all. I was afraid to.
I understand.
I think,
Go ahead.
man, I thought I was gonna get shot.
Yes, sir.
But and then after the first shot, I heard something hit the floor.
After the first shot?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, you could tell if somebody's really heavy or something, they hit the floor.
Yeah.
And then back a couple seconds later, I heard the second shot. And then I heard him coming back through the hallway toward the bottom of the steps. And I was trying to do my best to be quiet.
Yeah.
Because
that's true.
I didn't, man, if he's in this state of line, I ain't nobody to him. If he's,
While it's obvious to Buster what has happened, there is nothing he can do about it except try to stay out of the way and out of Calvin's sight.
Yeah. I laid down and acted like I was sleeping.
Yeah.
And I was listening too.
Right.
But I wanted to use my phone and call 911, but I couldn't do it.
Yeah, that's fine. I understand.
But I was prepared for my life. And then, I don't know, he went back to the kitchen. And there's all kinds of racket. Like he was trying to move somebody or move something.
Okay.
Or
through all of this, are you going off just sound, or did you actually see Calvin with your own eyes?
I didn't see Calvin do it.
You're just going off of what you're hearing.
But I mean.
He's given too much detail of what he supposedly think Calvin was doing for him to have been upstairs, been so scared not to call 911, not to even try to escape out the house. But why you know so many things in detail? You knew that Calvin was trying to drag the body. You knew whether or not he was dragging it through the kitchen. You knew all these things, but then when he asked you, the detective asked you, are you going on the basis of sounds, or are you did you actually witness this? He said, no, I didn't see anything. But you're talking as if you saw it firsthand. That is telltale sign that it was you. You was given too much detail that the killer would know. Why he had to drag him here, why he dragged him there, why he dragged him out the back door. You know what I'm saying? Like when people hearing things, like if there is like, hearing things, you hear a little muffle, or I heard a little sound, or I heard a thump towards the back. You wouldn't know whether or not if he was trying to drag the person out from the kitchen and then to the actual back door. You would explain it as, I heard a thump, a large thump, like somebody was dropped something or it was trying to carry something. But the details that he is giving is of a killer, of the person who actually had to do those things. So he kind of telling on himself. Let's see. He said, where did this take place? I think Appalachian or Virginia. I think, Richard. He's telling him what he did. Yeah, definitely. He is telling him exactly what he did because he's talking and narrating as the killer. He's not narrating as a victim who heard something upstairs, but now he was hiding. He's not narrating in that way. He seems to have been there and seen what occurred. Right. But he's telling them that he didn't see anything. He was too scared. He was too scared after hearing the shots. He heard one shot, then he heard another shot. But then he knows that Calvin's dragging this and that. You knew all this detail. Nah, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it, sir.
Well, I know it's him that come out of the bedroom, and I know it's the shots that I heard.
Okay.
So, I mean, there was only three of us.
Right. Okay.
All
right. I won't interrupt you no more. You said and then you heard him sound like he was doing something.
Say that.
Yeah, well, back there, you got a kitchen right here, and then you got this little shop area.
Okay.
Well, see, when the officers come making blood from the kitchen going out the shop area.
Okay.
So I figured, he was doing something with Ronnie or something. I don't know if Ronnie's still alive or not.
Right.
But I knew the man on the line.
Right. So just take me, don't go off of what you saw the police officers or you saw blood or anything like that. What did you hear next after the third shot went off?
It's when he come back in there. He come back through the house and stood at the bottom of the steps.
Mm-hmm.
And see, I was straight up,
Yeah.
And I just, he's being quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'd go back toward her again. And patiently, like he was waiting on something, But, and then I heard the awful noise back there at the shop area.
Okay. And when you say awful noise,
like something hung off a table or just stuff like that. I don't know what was going on. And I was trying to be quiet to that too because I didn't want him to hear me.
Yeah.
But it was pretty loud. And I thought he was still, when the officers showed up, I thought he was still in the house. I mean, I didn't know he wasn't in the house.
Yeah.
I mean, I still don't know if he's in the house or not because there's so many rooms in there, he could have been hid anywhere.
Right. I wouldn't put it past it either.
I wouldn't take no chance of going down there and see if he's in there.
Or what if he unalived two people? What if he unalived Calvin and Ronnie?
Right.
Buster then lets the detectives know that while he has no idea where the gun came from, he didn't put it past Calvin to get his hands on one.
So what happened next after you heard the loud noises and everything?
That was it.
That was it? Didn't hear nothing else?
I didn't hear nothing else. I was listening for a vehicle to start because, he's got a black truck over there. And I was listening for it to start or something, but they told me it was still out there, so he's still out there then.
Oh my goodness! Happy birthday, Miss Joanne!
Is there guns in the house?
Happy
I don't know.
birthday, sweetheart.
That
I
I
hope
don't
you
know.
had
I
a
mean, that ain't
lovely,
nothing. No, I
wonderful
don't
day.
have one,
Thank you
and
so much.
I know
Thank you so much for
nobody else has
I
one.
You
appreciate
never
you.
seen one in there or anything?
In Calvin, no.
Just in the house, period.
No,
Never
that's
seen a gun in there?
No.
Okay.
But, you know, I mean, Calvin, you know, he's been in prison for a month, you know, a lot, and been in jail, and, you know, I'm sure if he won't, you know, needs a gun, he can find one.
It's during this interview that deputies receive a call from a person in the area, and Calvin is located. He's been hiding at a dairy farm where he worked. He's worn out, filthy, and appears to have spent the better part of the night running for his life. He surrenders to law enforcement without a fight. No firearm is found on the man, just a simple knife. He is quickly cuffed and brought in for questioning. Crime scene personnel are also hard at work back at the scene of the crime. Blood trails inside the house and blood splotches in the yard lead directly to Ronnie's burned-out Chevrolet Colorado pickup truck. The back seat of the truck does hold the burned remains of Ronnie Lee Akers, age 59. The man had been fatally shot at close range multiple times. Inside the house, shell casings were found from a .25 caliber semi-automatic pistol. A bloody sheet in the kitchen area, drag marks, and blood-soaked puppy pads in a trash can told the story of a body being dragged out of the house and to that vehicle. Calvin Jr. Duncan II was brought into an interview room. It's obvious he's worn out from whatever he's been through that night. Two investigators from the sheriff's office come in to speak with Calvin after a few minutes. Detectives Chris Terry and Wayne Kirby sit down with the man in an effort to get a different side of the story, perhaps, or to hopefully hear a confession.
All right, well, just go over the last about 12 hours with me. What's been going on?
Yeah, just like I said, he took her to the doctor, and my sister left with her on Manager Spiegel, and it was just me and Buster there, and I kept hearing weird shit in the house.
Well, explain to me. I mean,
I've had numerous reports of having a hit on me.
Okay. Who's got a hit out on you? Do you know?
I'm not sure. Got in trouble for it.
Because maybe, I mean, if you can tell us, maybe we can help, you know, with who's looking for you.
I was told it was the cartel, man, I don't know.
Okay.
But I don't know, man. I can hear him busting in the back door and I fucking took off running. I'm paranoid schedule anyway, you know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm off my meds.
You're off your meds? Okay. Well, like I said, we're getting everybody's story. I'm just trying to get yours too, okay? But you got to tell me a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
Like you heard somebody coming in the back door? Is what you're saying? Okay. Well, then what happened?
So William says, so it was Ronnie in the car, but I still think stepdad killed Ronnie. You know what? I'm in agreement with you. Obviously, we see that Calvin is still alive, so it wasn't Calvin that died. They did find him hiding out. They have him now. He's off his meds. We know he has schizophrenia. We don't know how long he's been off his meds. But now they have to see whether or not if he's actually the one who killed Ronnie, right? And this is why they're going to interrogate him, ask him a couple of questions of what happened that night. And so far, he let him know that the reason why he ran off is because when he heard the shots and he seen the scene, he kind of panicked and he just dipped and dodged. That could be a possibility, right? Or it could be exactly what the father has said. However, I still believe that the stepfather has something involved. He gave too much details as if he was right there watching Calvin do this to Ronnie. Like he's heard and seen the whole thing lead up to having the altercation to the point of them having, him taking Ronnie's life, even to the point where he knew that he was dragging Ronnie's body. And then he seen him tortured in his own car. He didn't call the police any other time because he said he was scared. He didn't know that he was next. But I'm just really not buying it. Something's telling me that he could be involved. But listen, this is not the first time, nor will it be the last time that I have gotten it wrong. But that's what my senses are telling me, that he could have still done it. And he could have just been using the fact that Calvin is schizophrenic on record. He's been diagnosed with that. He has medication that he's supposed to be taking, and he don't take it because he's probably drinking. He's probably doing other narcotics, so he doesn't take his schizophrenic medication, right? I think he's also using that as a factor. Brucey said they did not together. Oh, Brucey said they did it together. It took two to carry that guy Ronnie out. Yeah, because I'm kind of looking at this guy. He's not that big, right? He's not that big, and Ronnie was a big boy. That was a big guy. You know what I'm saying? He looked at like he was like 6'1", 6'2", 257 pounds. That man looked at pretty solid. So I don't see this guy carrying him out necessarily by himself, although they said that he was dragged. He could have been dragged by two people. Or if he's capable of having killed Ronnie. Oh, yes. Please enjoy your birthday, Miss Joanne. Happy birthday to you again, once again.
I mean, I was in the field. I was running for hours. I don't even know where I was going.
The neighbor. They saw the burning fire stay strong, so they called. Nobody else in that house called.
Well, before you ran out, who did you see in the house?
I didn't see anybody. I just heard them coming into the back door.
There's a major discrepancy between what Calvin has said and what Buster had said. They press Calvin a bit more for details.
So when you said you ran out a door, which door did you go out?
Out the front door.
You went out the front door?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the door that's in front of the road, right there at St. Paul.
Okay.
And then when you ran out the door, where did you go?
Just I was running. I don't know.
In the fields or down the road or?
No, through the fields.
Through the
I didn't
fields?
know where I was at.
Okay. Did you hear anything?
I heard a lot of screaming.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you recognize the voices or?
No.
Well, let me ask you this: who was in the house when you took off? At that
Buster
time?
was upstairs listening. Well, last time I checked on him, he was listening to music.
So it was just only one home at the time was Buster and you.
Me and Buster, yeah.
Okay. When you took off and run to the fields.
Okay.
Because the crazy thing about this is, man, we got a whole lot of people to talk to. And mostly what everybody's saying is adding up together to the same thing, okay? And, you know, we just want to see if what you're telling us is adding up to the same thing. You know what I'm saying? You get one opportunity to talk to us and give your side of the story, okay? One chance.
There's no point in keeping back the information that they now know about the murder at the farmhouse that night. As they release more information to him, it puts small but increasing amounts of pressure on him.
We're not going to beat around the bush, but we think something bad has happened to somebody over at the house. All right? And we think you have something to do with it.
What do you mean, you think or you know?
No, I'm not telling you what I know.
We're like I said, man, we're trying to get all sides of the story.
That's why I'm asking you.
Yeah, so...
well, I'll tell you what we know. We know something bad has happened there. We know something bad's happened there. And that's why, you know, you're here. That's why we got other people here. You know, we don't have time to sit and interview you, 7 more times or anything like that. This is your chance to be honest with us and tell us what's going on. That way we can help you.
But I'm telling you right now, you don't need to be scared of us because we're here to determine the facts of what happened, all right?
The detectives spend the next few minutes explaining to Calvin that whether he tells them what really happened or not, evidence being collected at the scene will be telling a tale of that night's events. DNA, gunshot residues, witnesses will all be pointing a finger at whoever did this. They leave little doubt that they believe it will be pointing at him, yet Calvin holds strong.
I'll tell you what I do know, all right? And it's not my job to give you everything that I know, but I do know that there's at least 3 people in my
He
house.
sure did do that. He was like, you tell me, so I can see which
One of
one
them
is
being
plausible that's going to work for
At
me.
least 3,
Mhm.
it's just me and Buster.
So I don't believe that for a second.
Well, apparently somebody was coming in the back door.
So that would be 3 people if somebody was coming in the back door.
Well, I mean, you can't tell no people like that.
Yeah. So, and I think you know who that 3rd person was, is what I'm saying. And you don't want to tell us. I don't know why. Why won't you tell us who this 3rd person is?
I don't know who it was.
Okay. Because see, Calvin, I think you're lying to me about that.
I ain't got no reason why about nothing, man. I just told you everything I know about it. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah.
The detectives leave Calvin in the room to think about what he's said and to let things hang over him. Over the next 40 minutes, he sits alone in the room, uncomfortable but unharmed, left with himself and what happened that night. He's more bothered by the discomfort. Outside the room, search warrants for the man and his clothing are being sought and issued. Once the warrants have been approved, they come back to collect the evidence at hand.
Well, you want my t-shirt? Go ahead and just peel your t-shirt off while you're sitting down. It'll be fine.
He is provided with a Tyvek suit and is officially served with the warrants. They leave him alone in the room for another 10 minutes. The detectives come back to give him another chance to explain what happened.
All right, Calvin, do you know why we took your clothes and why we swabbed your hands and all that stuff?
She read me all that.
Do what?
She read me all that stuff.
Okay, but I mean, do you understand why we have to do that and why we did it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, your clothes has blood on it. Okay. Do you know whose blood it is?
I remember been crawling around and stuff, but not.
Okay, it's not gonna be nobody else's blood.
It's
not gonna be nobody else's blood.
Could have been.
Is there any reason why anybody else's blood should be on your clothes, or your hands, or anywhere on your body?
Really? Oh, God, I have blood on my pants, really.
In your shirt, on your jacket.
So at this point, he definitely is involved. The clothes that he were running in the fields and had Calvin's blood on it or blood on it. So now, at this point, he should just call for a lawyer and try to say that if anything, it was self-defense. He got scared and he felt that he needed just to get rid of his body and dip. And then he also felt that his stepfather would be safe because he was upstairs. He's an old guy, but he's not smart. He's not smart. I don't think there will be a gun residue on Calvin. I don't think so. I don't think there's a gun residue on him. I know there's blood on him. I think that he probably did help, probably helped his father carry the body out there. That could be a possibility. That's also probably one of the reasons he could be protecting his father, his stepfather too. Who knows? They're not telling both of them are not telling the truth. And let's say if it was just like a regular, scruffle and altercation, like they said that they have a history of arguing with each other, fighting with each other, but they just live in the house because they all work at the same company. They all make the same money, and they just, pull together their resources to just try to make it. But we'll see. We'll definitely see.
Do you know why you're in handcuffs right now here at the sheriff's office? I mean, do you have any idea why you're here?
Yeah, I'm being interrogated.
Do you know why?
No, you obviously never said that.
Okay. Well, there's a body.
Well, I mean,
you said
fucking, what's his name said I'll probably be getting charged for murder, but he never,
when they first arrested or put you in cuffs?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
leave her alone, Bruce. She
we're
grown.
investigating a dead body, okay? Is why this is happening, all right? And I'll be honest with you, the reason why we're talking with you is because we think you have something to do with it, all right?
We've already interviewed 4 other people, okay?
And the reason why I think you have something to do with it, because all the evidence leads to you having something to do with it, all right? That being said,
I mean, what's the evidence?
Well, I'm not gonna tell you that. Everybody I've talked to, brother.
Yeah. This is
you did it. Pointing fingers at you. Okay.
Everybody you talk to is pointing fingers at me.
Yeah.
And the evidence is pointing to you. Okay. That's why you're the one here in handcuffs. Okay. So here's what happened. Okay. One of 2 things happened. You're a cold-blooded killer, and you just shot somebody in your house for no reason other than that you're just a bad person, you wanted them to die. Or, what I believe, you're off your medication. The last few days you thought people were coming for you. Through the fields, out of the walls, whatever. Am I right, Seth? You think people were coming for you?
I mean, I've thought that, yeah.
Okay, well I think you thought that last night, and you shot somebody, thinking they were coming for you. Those are one of those 2 things happened.
Well, we can make accusations all day.
I'm not making accusations. One of those 2 things has happened.
And it's the truth.
It ain't the truth? Well, tell me the truth then.
He won't budge on his story, and both detectives and Calvin can sense they're coming to the end of their part.
I told you everything I needed to tell you. That's all I can tell you.
Well, that's not the truth.
That's the truth. What I done last night. I can't tell you no more, no less. That's what happened.
Okay. Well, we're going off of the evidence and a witness.
You realize there was a witness in the house, right? Buster?
I wasn't in the house when anybody got shot.
Well, that's not what he says.
Right.
So,
And he has no real reason to lie about it, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. That's the case.
so that's what
Yeah, I mean, it is the case. I'm just trying, you need to understand that, though, you're either going to be put in one category or the other. Somebody that made a mistake or somebody that just done it out of pure meanness and wanted to kill somebody. This is your chance to, which one is it?
I didn't do nothing.
You didn't do nothing. So all the evidence is wrong, all the witness is wrong.
Check the lawyer. Yeah,
No.
talk with my lawyer now.
Okay, well.
Alright, you're gonna need one, partner.
Yeah. We tried.
Arrest warrants were served on Calvin, and he was taken to holding and then on to a jail cell. In October of 2024, Calvin would plead no contest to the charges of first-degree murder, use of a firearm in a felony, arson, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and disposal of a dead body. On January 16th of 2023, he would be sentenced to 44 years and 1 month in prison. He is currently serving his time at the Nottoway Correctional Center in Burkesville, Virginia. He will be eligible for release in 2066. We would like to extend our deepest sympathies to the family and loved ones of Ronnie Lee Akers, the father of 2 sons. He was 59 years old at the time of his passing.
So apparently he did do it by himself. Him being off his meds and having schizophrenia did not cover him the fact that he is a cold-hearted killer, and he ran because he knew that he did something that he wasn't supposed to do. So that's the problem, right? And this is what happens when people who think that they have been diagnosed with mental issues, they think that that's going to cover them for anything that they do. There is a specific sign where you know that someone is having a manic episode and when they're not. If a person's having a manic episode or he was going in and out, hearing voices and stuff like that, he would have still been on the scene and they would have actually saw him having a manic episode. It could have gotten very dangerous because he would have thought that they are the same people that's out there to get him the cartel and stuff like that. And that's where sometimes we have those police shootings where they end up taking the life of someone who has mental issues because they're going through a manic episode and they're not really understanding the commands. They don't really understand who is, approaching them. And that's how things can go left. That's not the case with this guy. He made sure to leave the scene because he knew what he did was wrong. He made sure to burn the body to quote unquote get rid of evidence, right? That was his way of getting rid of evidence. He wasn't even smart enough to change his clothes that had blood DNA of Ronnie on it. They found him in some outback place hiding out. It's a sad situation. Prayers and up to Ronnie, and his family. He did have family, even though he was staying and shacking with 2 other individuals that he worked at the same dairy farm with. It's a terrible situation, really. Terrible situation. I think he should have got life, but 45 is still decent. It's nothing to snatch at. Yes, that is Miss Jalen. That's Miss Jalen, Brucey. That is her. That is her. Let's see. Oh, okay. William said, I wouldn't have said it was him myself. Think stepdad had a hand in this case. No, I really do. I mean, I completely understand it because, like I said, the stepdad was giving off a lot of like he was withholding information. And like I said, he was narrating as if he saw everything. He wasn't narrating as someone who was hiding out and he just heard some random sounds. So I was in agreement with you, William. But to tell you the truth, if anything, they didn't even want to go down that route because they got enough incriminating evidence on Calvin. So they just led with that. Stay Strong said 44 years plus 1 month, meaning he would do every day of 44 years plus a month. Yes, yes. All right, so let's see. I have one more case for you good folks, and I'm going to bid you good night so you can enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Please just make sure you're hitting the like button for me. I truly appreciate it. It helps the channel. Or hit the down button. Still helps the channel. And again, share this out to anyone who are interested in these type of cases, reviewing of these cases. And if you have any case that you would like me to review, at the end of the live stream, put it in the comment section. I review the comments. I like them. I heart them. And I truly appreciate your viewership and the financial support that I did get today. Truly appreciate it. Truly appreciate it. Oh, hello. How you doing, Truth? He says, Sarge, why are you telling us how to... I'm sorry. My bad. My bad. My bad. I know. I got to stop doing that. My bad. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to stop doing that. Station said, it's just another hillbilly crime. Crime all over. It's crime all over. So, good folks, the last case I have for you is cops discovered a 13-year-old trapped in a child predator. Now, y'all know how I feel about the kids. Y'all know how I feel about the kids. But nonetheless, we still have to review cases like this. So let me go ahead and pull up my screen and we can get into it. Hold on. All right, here we go.
Wanted to start a fight.
That mother punched me in my face before any of this happened.
She threw more stuff and then come on top of me.
I hope and pray to God that this ends up on YouTube.
She been believing the heck out of me.
You got your wish, mama.
Choke on a donut, you. Y'all better hope and pray to God nothing happens to my baby girl while this is going on, because I'm going to sue every one of you.
Arkansas police respond to a quiet neighborhood after a couple's argument turns physical. But what begins as a simple domestic disturbance quickly spirals into something far more unsettling. As tensions simmer behind closed doors, a child becomes the quiet center of a full-blown nightmare that no one saw coming until it was far too late.
I was running down the road and he had me and he was dragging me down the road.
The following is based on official police records, and the footage has never been seen before until now. On the evening of August 11th, 2023, officers from the Jonesboro Police Department are dispatched after a 911 call from a 17-year-old boy reporting that his mother and her fiancé are in the middle of a heated argument that has turned physical.
What's going on? Who called?
Me.
What's happening?
She's going to great.
Who?
My mother.
Okay. So what's got her all worked up?
I think she's tall.
Okay.
But I don't know. I come here and she's just acting crazy.
So you were here when...
I got a phone call.
From who?
From him. He's down there staying away from her. She tried hitting him with a skillet, I guess, and he's trying to stay away from her.
Who's he?
That's her fiance, I would say.
Okay. Hold tight right here.
The officer approaches the man involved, later identified as 33-year-old James Mansfield, hoping to get more details about the family dispute.
What's going on?
She got a little too drunk.
Okay.
And I guess sorry.
No, you're fine.
So close. She got a little too drunk and I guess she wanted to start a fight and she threw something across the living room, blamed it on me. I said, no, you're lying. It's you threw it. And she threw more stuff and then come on top of me. She been believing the heck out of me. I said, look, dude, I swear to God, I didn't lay a hand on her.
What's her name?
Christy Kluke.
Okay.
So we've had our few fights before. Cops have been called like a few times. Nothing really drastic has happened. But this time he showed up and she really lost it. So I don't know.
With one side of the story, the officer heads toward the house.
where 35-year-old Christy Cloquet waits outside on the porch. What he doesn't yet realize is that this call will set in motion a chain of events far darker than anyone could imagine.
What's going on?
I don't know, really.
You don't know?
I'm gonna get past this broken glass back up. I'm a little bit drunk.
Okay.
Can't lie.
I gotcha. Are you able to tell me what happened today?
Can I sit down?
Huh?
Can I sit down?
I'll tell you what, real quick. Come here for a second. Hands on your back.
Go ahead. Here. Can I put this down?
Yeah, that's fine.
I didn't do anything bad.
Uh-huh. Well, he's got a pretty bad looking bite mark on his arm.
Oh.
Your fiance over there?
You got a bite mark on your arm? Where? Down my arm, yes. I didn't leave it. You know that better than anybody. I'm not that kind of person.
Okay, so this is getting really crazy because her son looks like he's about, 21 years old, 22 years old. Her fiance looks around his age, probably maybe a little bit older, maybe like 24, 25. The mom is 35. Obviously, she's not taking care of herself. You know, she seems quite older than 35 years old. She has a drunk problem. But the crazy thing about it is, just off of this, you wouldn't even know that there is a 13-year-old girl that's involved. Because where is she, right? She's not out. She didn't call the cops. She didn't call the police. The son called the police, and that's when he went over there. Now I want to know where it led to the 13-year-old getting involved and finding out that she was being held captive. And then I want to know who was holding her captive. Was it her fiance, or did she try to sell her daughter? Like, these are the things that's is starting to twirl in my mind. Me knowing now there's an underage daughter that's involved, even though it just seemed like it was just a regular domestic violence case when the cops got there. But let's go on.
I'm not the type of person to just bite somebody.
The officer detains Christy for both their safety, noting her visible impairment and her own admission to being drunk.
Are you ready to tell me what happened then?
Yeah.
All right, what happened?
I'm not exactly sure from the very beginning of this morning, but I know he went to work. He came home early and he wanted beer. So he went and got his beer. He's not a bad guy. I'm not a bad person. We just don't know how to sell things the right way.
Okay. So he comes home from work early. He wants beer. You guys.
He wanted beer.
Did you get into an argument? No, I'm gonna be honest.
Hold on. Give me a second.
Okay.
Still overwhelmed, the officer helps Christy sit on the porch to calm down, unaware of just how volatile this relationship truly is.
Okay.
He's a good dude.
Okay. Well, I'm not saying. I don't think you're calling him a bad person. I don't think you're a bad person. I just want to know what happened.
That's not what I'm trying to say. He's not. He's an amazing person. He's an amazing man.
Okay. So how'd we get to this point today?
He left this morning. Oh, and he went to see another female. He went to see a beautician who works next to him. And I didn't know it, but I didn't even get any attention. I just asked him where he was. He told me to go myself. It's gotten worse and worse and worse from there, little by little.
Okay. So that happened today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so that's what you guys were arguing about?
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Oh my God, really, Duke?
I'm not crazy. I'm not suicidal. This bastard just acted like a idiot.
Okay, so how do you explain the marks on his arm that he says that he has?
The bite mark? He did it to himself. Look at it.
To himself?
Yeah, look at it. You can see his top two incisors on the right side of the bite.
Okay. Did he put any hands on you or anything?
I can't say that. I can't.
Because the thing is, if you're telling me that he's lying and he's lying knowing that you'll go to jail, why protect him?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. That makes no sense.
Despite the officer's words, Christy continues to avoid placing any blame on James. a decision that will soon have devastating consequences.
All right, Chris, you got any shoes inside that you need?
Somewhere in there.
All right, you want to explain to this officer where they might be so she could go grab them?
Am I going to jail?
Yes, ma'am.
For what?
Domestic battery third.
For what now?
Domestic battery third.
For
Throwing stuff at him and biting his arm.
what's the bail for that?
You'll have to see a judge first. Hang on. I'm not done.
Oh, no, I'm not doing anything bad.
Let's stay away from the glass. How about that?
Yeah.
That could
I'm
be
just going in to get
possibility,
socks.
Okay.
Okay. Do you care to tell me where your shoes are, Christine? I'll grab
Yeah,
them.
they're in
Yes,
there
she is.
somewhere. You'll have to have him show you.
Okay.
Okay.
You want to show her where some socks and shoes are for her? Anything else out of there you need, like a phone or a wallet, anything?
I have a phone in there, but I don't know where it's at.
I think she threw it on the ground.
Are you coming to get me?
I'll do what I can.
One officer follows James inside, where they get the first glimpse of the chaos that unfolded.
So I see that she threw stuff and broke glass. Was she throwing that stuff at you?
Oh no, the only thing that got thrown at me was whatever she threw from the kitchen to the living room. I don't even know what it was. Anything else you see in here, I was outside. I wasn't even in the house.
Inside, the signs of turmoil are clear. DVDs and other belongings are scattered across the floor, and holes mark the walls in multiple rooms, including the living room and bedroom, though it's unclear if any were made during this dispute. Lying on the floor is the frying pan James claimed Christy had chased him with earlier in the day.
I don't want to see this.
How long did you say you've been together?
About 4 years and 5.
Because I've been over here 2 or 3 times, and I've never met you.
I think you were over here one of the last times.
With James's help, officers locate Christy's belongings and bring them to her outside.
Here, let's go have a seat. We'll get you out of the heat.
I don't care about the heat. I can get that mask, feel pressure.
Christy is escorted to a patrol vehicle and placed in the back seat, where her calm demeanor takes a sudden and unsettling shift.
This son of a is hilarious. Y'all are taking this like he's Joker. This is why women and children end up dead.
What state is your ID out of?
Because of like you.
Ma'am, what state is your ID out of?
Do what?
What state is
Arkansas, duh. Can you not tell by how I talk?
Nope.
Well, it sucks for you. What sucks even more for you is that you're putting an abused woman in jail. I hope and pray to God that this ends up on YouTube, because you're going to go down the drain when it does.
Who?
You are going down the drain when this goes on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Y'all really don't care about nobody but yourselves. Please just go so I can get home to my daughter who is at home with him. My poor sweet girl.
Back at the house, James questions the officer about what's going to happen to Christy.
What do I need to do about getting her out?
Okay. So
She's not
saying she'll have to see a judge.
That's going to have to be after Monday, so I
That'll
can't
have
do
to be
anything.
Monday, so you can't do anything till then. But also, what the judge typically does automatically is issue a no contact order. So you'll have to talk to the prosecutor about dropping the no contact order if you feel comfortable with her coming back.
She's going to leave too drunk. We've had this happen a few times. I mean, you've been here.
Yeah, but
Okay, so now I see how it's turning from a domestic violence case into asking about her daughter. Because when she got into the police car, now she started referencing abuse and a concern about her daughter, even though she's saying racial slurs to one of the police officers, and she got her wish. It's on YouTube. Here we are reviewing it, right? She's starting to let on about abuse. Her whole mannerism about the boyfriend changed. Initially, she was all about making sure that he didn't get hurt, right? Or he didn't get arrested. He's a good guy. I don't remember what happened. I don't know if I threw anything, whatever not, but, don't harm him, don't hurt him. And then when she got arrested, it completely changed. It was, oh no, he's dangerous. He's dangerous, and I'm worried about my daughter because my daughter has to be here with him if I'm getting arrested. That probably made them rear up concerns. Even now, this boyfriend, fiance, whatever not, this is not the first time that the cops been called. He's literally saying that y'all was here before. There's holes in the walls. You can see that the house is in shambles. It's been a lot of fights. A lot of things been going on in that house, but we don't necessarily know if it was just between the mother and him, or does it have to be with the daughter and the mom, or is it with the daughter and the fiance? And that would kind of bring concern for me. It would definitely bring concern for me, because this is a woman who is drunk. She's intoxicated. She's probably a full-on lush. What if she's not lying? What if she is a abuse victim and alcohol is a coping mechanism? What if she has been protecting him? What if he has been going after or coming after her daughter? And probably that's the reason why she is drinking, because that jealousy of your boy toy or your young fellow being interested in your daughter who's more younger or closer to his age. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different twists in this situation right now that I could see it go or play out. It's crazy. It's really crazy. Let's see. Dupin said the daughter's left with him. Wow. Is her father? No, I wonder. No, that's not her father. That's not her father at all. So the daughter is at home with the boyfriend. Mm-hmm. You could say ask any frequent. Oh, thank you, Joanne. Thank you. I'm getting better, though. I'm getting better. It's my accent. Bruce said, I think she's the dangerous one. He's probably is too, but it's her who's the instigator. Yeah, I agree. My only issue is what if he antagonized her, right? What if he antagonized her because the daughter was going to eventually run to the police and inform them that he was trying to kidnap her, or he was leaving her hostage in the house, didn't want her to go nowhere. And he figured that if he gets the mom locked up or cause a domestic violence or disturbance, that they will be more focused on that and not as actually focusing on the daughter. Like, hence, nobody has mentioned the daughter yet. As of right now, the cops on scene only know that she has one child. She just said that the daughter should be coming home and she's going to be home with the guy. And that's only the cop that's in the car with her. So they're not really even paying attention to that, you know? Yeah, they should investigate at least. Yes, they should. Drunks tell the truth most times when they're drunk. I agree. They don't call it a truth serum for no reason, right? Rebel, Bama boy, how you doing, sir? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. I hope you are doing well, sir. Hope you're doing well. Like your new avatar, too. Ranch said the same way Chuck. Oh my God. Let's see. Hello. Oh, good to see you. Did they even speak to the daughter on what happened? Not yet. We'll see right now.
She's never been violent.
Well, she has. We just never really.
Every time I've been here, like, she's been loud, but I've always been able to talk her down.
Yeah, she's had a little too much this time. And she got called really quick because I wouldn't go in no fight today.
Right.
I wouldn't do that. And I'll be honest, we've had a few. I've told officers before, we've had a few fights before. Nothing serious enough to really call anybody.
Okay.
But one of our fights, I ended up getting my tail end whipped by her son. Yeah. Fine, okay, I'll stand up, I'll take him out of public. Okay, fine. Yeah. This time, he's got fists like an 8-pound sledgehammer. Plus it's underage, so I'm not pressing charges. Yeah.
Inside the patrol car, Christie's outbursts continue, and the officer makes a decision that only seems to add fuel to her rage.
Oh, don't let me catch a lawsuit. Oh, don't let me catch a lawsuit. Oh, don't let me catch a lawsuit. Yeah, close that window, you piece of. It don't stop me from screaming through it. That punched me in my face before any of this happened. None of y'all give a. None of y'all give a. I am an abused martyr, and you close the window on me. I hope you choke on a donut, you.
As they grow nearer to the police station, Christie's behavior begins to take another drastic turn.
Look at me. Turn to your right and look at me. You can't. Why? Because, people like me do not belong here. The pain in your eyes says you know you've been through this and you wish to God that someone had been you to save you from that abuse. But no one did. And so now you're taking it out on me? Instead of being the person who could save me from it, you're being the person who puts me through it? I love you, and I think that you are a sweet, amazing guy. And I hope and pray to God, pray to God that someday you save a girl like me from what I've went through. You're gonna save somebody. Remember my words someday.
Now at the Jonesboro Police Department, Christy is taken inside for booking, but quickly finds herself in yet another verbal dispute, this time with another arrestee.
No. I'm not talking to you, ugly. We weren't talking to you. Yeah, I'm talking to you, though. Girl, you better be quiet. That's the police. Are you my mama? I don't need to be your mama. Are you the police, though? Look. I'm just trying to... No, this is what he arrested me for. Walking. That's a threat. Now there'll be a reason to lock me up. Thank you. So get your pen.
Although this domestic dispute appears to be winding down, the events of this night would soon be eclipsed by something far darker in the coming.
Goddamn, I'm sorry. The other inmate like, oh, now I'm about to give y'all a reason to lock me up. Shit. Yo, that was crazy. Wow. She said, I hope you choke on a donut. Did she said she is out of control. Full blown out of control. Can't find a cop to go. Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh, wow. Far darker. Wow. Yeah. Thank you, Brucey. We truly appreciate everyone here. We truly appreciate it.
Weeks. According to Arkansas court records, Christy Kluke was charged with third-degree domestic battery.
Absolutely.
While her exact bond amount isn't publicly listed, she spent nearly 3 weeks in jail before bonding out, being released into a whole new nightmare she never could have imagined. On August 30th, Christy is released from jail and calls 911 later that same day. But this time, it's about her 13-year-old daughter. She asks for police to meet her at St. Bernard's Medical Center, where officers arrive unprepared for just how harrowing the situation is about to become.
Yes.
Hi.
Yes, right here.
Hi, can we talk to you?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Please do.
Okay. Okay. Hi, I'm Officer Starkers, Police Department.
I'm Christy.
What can I do for you?
My daughter has been assaulted by my ex, but me and him got into it about 3 weeks ago. The officer arrested me, and I've been in jail for the last 3 weeks. Over the last 3 weeks, he has force-fed her alcohol, drugs. He has sexually assaulted her. She has bruises and marks from head to toe.
Okay, do you mind if I ask her some questions?
Absolutely.
I'm going to start to talk about, okay? My name's Andy.
It's okay.
I'm here to talk with you, okay?
I'm so sorry.
Everything we talk about is not going to leave this room, okay? So I need to know how you were sexually assaulted, okay?
He got me really drunk.
This is your father?
It's her ex-fiance.
Okay. I want you to just calm down, okay? We're going to get to the bottom of this. Like I said, my main concern is your safety and your well-being, okay? I appreciate you coming forward like this. Okay, I'll be right back.
The officers leave momentarily but return a few minutes later and find Christy and her daughter inside a private room.
So, whenever your mom went to jail, they were together, right? Okay.
Normally he's the one that starts the fights.
I'm really sorry this happened to you, okay? You don't know how...
I didn't expect it from him.
You're pretty brave, I'll tell you that. I'm going to let you...
So my predictions was actually on spot. Remember I said that I thought that the fiance is the one who antagonized the mom, knowing, pretty much doing a triangulation between her and her daughter, and that he probably started the argument and made the mom crash out the way that she did so she can be arrested, so he can be alone with the daughter, which makes perfect sense. Also, why she was spazzing out the way that she was inside the police car, the patrol car. because she knew that she couldn't trust her fiance or her ex-fiance with her daughter by herself. She knew that something was up, right? And then now she's saying, look what you have done. You put my daughter in a situation where I'm not even there. I can't even be a buffer to him, to him trying to attack her or to, jump on her, because now I'm arrested. Now I can see why she's flipped up to, she thought that when the police came that he was going to get arrested, but he didn't get arrested. She got arrested. And now she's like, my daughter's not safe. Her brother ain't gonna save her. Her brother's not, he's not even in the house anymore. Remember, he had to drive over there to see what was going on. But now it makes perfect sense why she probably was spazzing out of control. It seemed that the ex-fiance, who looks quite young, like I said, he got her to crash out and, spaz out normally. This time he was able to get her arrested. And as soon as she was away for 3 weeks, he made a move on her daughter. And this is what she had to come back to. And the funny thing about it is she wasn't that drunk. As y'all see, she wasn't that drunk because she remembered, just by speaking to the police, she remembered that she said something like that while she was drunk and she was arrested. It's sad. It's definitely sad if you really think about this. This is terrible. Yep. Sounds that way, but who knows? Why didn't mom tell he was a danger to her though? The funny thing is she tried to protect him. And as soon as she got arrested in the car, she did tell the cops in the car that, she was concerned about her daughter. She didn't bring that much up, but she did say that there was abuse going on. Let's see. So messed up. It is. Maybe that was his intent all along. I agree, William. That seemed like that was his intent all along. He knew that she was an alcoholic. He knew that, she was probably jealous of her daughter's beauty, or that he was interested in her daughter or close in age with her daughter. Who knows, right? Because I'm just going off of how old I think he is. He looks like he's in his mid-20s. Let's see. Yeah, for sure. She should have said that from the jump. She should have said that from the jump. Did he do this on purpose? I think that he possibly could have done this on purpose. Lord. Oh, okay. Truth be known, he's probably been making moves on the daughter the entire time. Mom's too drunk and passed out to care. Now that she's sober, it hit her. Yeah. But just take on what the daughter just said. The daughter said that he's the one who starts the arguments. So he's been using the fact that the mom is an alcoholic, she's depressed, there's a lot of other things going on. He's using that as a way, as a cover-up. You know what I'm saying? He's antagonizing her to lash out and crash out. It's just this time he was successful of actually getting her out the house. Like, we all know what this situation is playing out, right? She's his sugar mama, right? He's staying with her because he gets to live rent-free. He gets in-house, what's the name? Coochie. He gets to, eat free. He probably even gets money from her. And now to even have a young thing in the house that's closer to what he kind of like, it's a win-win situation for him. Yes, but maybe this is what he intended from the start. I think so. I really do think so. Dude's pathetic. Yes, he is. Let's hear from this poor girl. It's breaking my heart. I hate when I see things like this happen, especially hearing things like this happen as a mandated reporter, but let's go on.
Just so you're kept in the loop, we do have detectives coming up to speak with you, okay? So
I've had that happen before.
Okay.
Some other person.
A nurse enters and begins assessing and checking on the 13-year-old girl.
Are you hurting anywhere? Like, my foot, basically my whole body, because he was throwing me around. It's mostly my back and my foot, though, because he threw me into the dresser.
When did this happen? When's the last time?
Last night. All this stuff with my foot and stuff all happened last night.
Okay, as far as anything else that happened last night?
It didn't happen last night. It happened the night before last.
Okay. You had the same clothes on you did then?
Yes, sir. I don't even remember what clothes I was wearing.
You had the same undergarments on as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What occurred whenever she went to jail?
And slowly he started saying he would go for a ride. We ended up at the liquor store, and then he would convince me to drink vodka.
Okay.
And he would give me weed and vapes.
Mm-hmm.
And then he forced himself onto me.
Okay. When was that? When did that happen?
That was like the second right after she left.
Okay. This has been 3 weeks ago? How many times has it happened since then?
Like over 6 times.
Okay. And you were intoxicated?
Yes, sir.
What happened at the end of this?
He just rolled over on the bed and went to
After
sleep. I'm just glad I finally got to tell somebody.
I am too. I wish you would have called me sooner.
I couldn't.
I would have came and got you out of that.
I tried to get out of the house last night. He kept throwing me away from the doors.
So he was keeping you in there against your will?
He kept me in my room. In that
Did you have a phone at all, or?
He broke it.
He broke your phone when you tried to call for help?
No, this was a couple days ago. It was on accident. He was at work and I was with him.
A doctor arrives and conducts a full-body examination, noting multiple bruises and scratches across her arms, legs, back, and neck. In addition to her visible wound, she's later x-rayed, revealing that her big toe has been broken. But if these injuries weren't evident enough, she claims that there were witnesses to these attacks.
It says you hit your back on a dresser, and then does it say your little, is that your little brother?
Yeah, my little brother was yelling at his dad to tell him to let go of me.
So your little brother was there too?
He was sitting on the couch in the living room, and I was trying to get out the house. There is a witness of him dragging me down the road.
Okay.
It's the lady, our next door neighbor, the one with the crutches. She was going to call the cops, but I told her not to. Okay.
After receiving a foot cast for her broken toe, the 13-year-old is transported to the Northeast Arkansas Children's Advocacy Center, where she'll undergo a forensic interview. The interviewer begins by asking the young girl to describe what happened during her mother's domestic dispute 3 weeks ago, and in her answer she offers a far different picture than what James told police the day of the altercation.
And when did the living arrangements change? Tell me what's going on.
The last 3 weeks ago, whenever James got drunk and started a fight and got her arrested.
Okay. Were you home at that time?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, well, tell me everything you remember about that.
Actually, James got me drunk. And so I couldn't really tell what was going on because I was basically blackout drunk because I just took one shot. That was my limit. I know my limit.
Okay, well, tell me everything you remember about that night before you don't remember anything.
I remember them yelling. He was all up in her face, threatening her and stuff. And then I think he hit her, if I remember correctly. Mom ended up getting arrested instead of James because James was trying to drag Mama down the road and I guess she bit him.
The interviewer asked the teenager to go into even deeper detail about what's happened while her mom's been away, uncovering far more disturbing revelations.
I was drunk. He got me drunk just about every time.
Okay. Before Mom had gone to jail, did you ever drink with Mom?
No, never. Not until he gave it to me.
Okay. Do you remember how much you drank?
Me? Mm-hmm. I took one shot, and then he convinced me to take another shot. He's like, you know what, you'll be fine. Take another shot. And then I'm already out of it. He convinced me to drink the whole half pint. It happened 4 days in a row, the same thing.
Alongside the suffering she endured, she describes in detail what happened the moment she tried to leave the house, a decision that would trigger an even more violent response.
So now y'all understand why they tell you, gentlemen out here, if you're dating a girl, or you're going on a date with a girl, do not offer alcohol to her. Okay? Do not offer alcohol to her. It's not because we automatically assume that you're trying to take advantage of her. It's just because that person is not really in their right state of mind to consent to anything after being influenced with any form of substance. So for your safety and also for whoever you're with safety, try to leave the element of alcohol out of it. I know it's hard because our society is socialized by having spirits, right? To, set the mood, to, calm the nerves, get the itch off, the initial itch off. You know what I'm saying? We're socialized in that way, but it's not the move. It's definitely not the move. Especially now you see how young girls can get coerced, right? He says, "Hey, you want something to drink?" "Yeah, I'll take a drink." "Oh, why don't you have some more?" "Oh, be a big girl. Stop acting like a little wimp." Blah, blah, blah. And you keep on drinking and drinking, and to the point where you don't even realize that you're drunk, or you don't even realize that you're awake anymore. You're just pretty much dreaming. You know what I'm saying? And so many things can happen. It's bad that this happened to this young girl once her mother got locked up. And it seems even from her mouth that he planned it, that he's been probably drinking and making her mom intoxicated like that for a while. We don't He said that they've been together for like 4 or 5 years. So yeah, he's been like having her intoxicated and manipulating her, mentally, emotionally abusing that mom for quite some time. And then when he wanted to move on to something young, something newer, something fresh, he had to get the mom out the house. And then he called the brother to help in that situation too, right? Because remember, the brother said that he got the call from the fiance. The mom didn't call him. The mom didn't say, "Hey, he's over here beating my butt and he's dragging me down the road." No, he said that the fiance called him, and that's why he called the cops. Because as soon as he got there, he said that his mom was already on 100, screaming and carrying on in the house. So he's going to initially, just coming on the scene, he's going to take the guy's side because he knows how his mom gets down when she's drunk. Probably one of the reasons why he left the house, because she cannot control her anger when she's drinking. Everything that is bothering her, any trauma that she had in her life, anything that she had experienced from prior relationships or whatever, it all comes out and spills out when she's drunk. So that's the reason why he left the house. He didn't want to be involved with that. The reason why that guy is in the house is because he's utilizing that to his advantage. He's in control of the situation, keeps her in a state of mind of being delirious, not necessarily aware, full of anger, full of rage. It benefits him. And look what happened. Look how it benefited him. He was able to get her to crash out so she can get arrested, and that left her daughter vulnerable. Okay? Let's see. Dupin said, "I'm 53, and I don't allow men to ever buy me a drink if we ain't dating." Right. Rebel said, "I'm 53, don't drink, I don't smoke weed. I smoke weed though." It's all right, Rebel. It's all right. People have their vices. I don't drink. I smoke just cigarettes. Like I said, everybody have their vices, but just don't do it. Now y'all understand why it's so important. If I drink, I'm a 1 pint and drunk, hence why I avoid alcohol. I get it. Brucey said, "Thank you, MJ, for this show. As always, it's been awesome." Thank you so much, Brucey. I truly appreciate you. Truly, truly appreciate you. Friends laugh in a cheat day. Yeah. All right, let's go on. I'm kind of disturbed to hear the rest of this horrifying experience from this 13-year-old girl. She can't even be a girl in this world anymore.
Tell me more about him throwing you.
That was last night. He broke my foot. He started throwing me around the house, and all I could hear was saying, "Daddy, let go of her. You're hurting her. Let go of my sissy, Daddy. You're hurting her." Well, James was throwing me around, and then he threw me into my dresser, and I hit my back. And he kept trapping me in my room. Every time I got to a door, he would sling me across the room. He'd grab me and sling me. And then I got out. Finally, at some point, I got the garage door open, and I didn't even get down one step, and he just threw me down the steps, and that's how I broke my foot, 'cause he threw me on glass and stuff. I got cuts from the glass all over me.
Where was the glass at?
It was on the floor in the garage because the light broke. It was one of those lights. Yeah.
The glass that cut into her skin isn't new to this story. It's the same shards James shattered from the ceiling light 3 weeks earlier when officers first arrived at their house. But from this moment on, the violence would only continue to escalate.
And then I tried to leave again, and he choked me out on my bed until I passed out. I remember waking up, but he still had his hand on my throat, but he wasn't choking me out until he realized that I was awake, and he started choking me out. I was like, "Are you done?" He said, "Are you done?" I said, "Yeah," and then he threw me on the ground. And eventually he called and said I was the drunk one and that I was starting a fight. And while he was doing that, I finally found a way to get out of the house, and I was running down the road. And my mom actually just got a text about this part. I was running down the road, and he had me, and he was dragging me down the road. Like, my brother's girlfriend was just texting my mom and saying, yeah, I saw him dragging her down the road half naked.
What's your opinion on James?
I hate him.
You hate him?
I hope he rots in jail.
With the medical findings confirming investigators' worst fears, police moved quickly to secure a warrant for James Mansfield's arrest.
Oh, wait. Who's James? Me. You got a warrant, man. Hang it up. You can put it in your pocket if you want it, or you can just
Take it. Call Mom.
James is arrested without incident and taken back to the police station for questioning. What begins as a calm interrogation quickly unravels into something far more chilling.
Now, I know you're asking about the warrant, and warrant is for, okay? That's why I need to get your side of the story. Tell me about your relationship with her. Since she's been here the past 2 years.
Relationship's been good. I mean, when her mama got arrested, she wanted me to adopt her.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. If you want, you can ask my neighbors, ask the guys I work with. She wanted me to adopt her.
Does kids ever drink at the house or anything like that?
I will be honest. I
hope so.
I have
Yeah,
let
he wasn't
drink a few
surprised
times,
at all.
but
He
not
knew it
enough
was
to get. I mean, just enough to calm her nerves because she's tripping out because her mama's in jail and everything else. I found paperwork, notebooks in her room talking about how she just wants to drink or smoke so she can feel numb, not feel anything.
Yeah. Now, did Mom ever let her drink?
Oh yeah. The night her mama got arrested, she had gave her about 13 shots of Jack Daniels.
13?
13, yes sir.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can handle 13 shots. I mean, with her mom giving her 13 shots, I'm guessing you probably felt like it was okay too.
Well, I might have gave her like the last little bit of beer or something, just for whatever.
And plus kids think they're kind of cool drinking mom or dad's beer or alcohol.
After her brother talked to come and picked her up a few nights ago, she was literally doing everything her mama had done.
Yeah.
Her mama accused me of this same thing 6-8 months ago. Nothing was ever done or anything that I know of.
As the interrogation continues, the investigator begins to question James on why a 13-year-old girl would make such an accusation.
Is she a truthful person?
No, she's just like her mama.
Just like her mama?
She will lie and manipulate her way out of anything.
Why would something like this come out?
Like I said, when you start pinning the victim automatically as in this, she's just like her mama. Everything is her mama did this, her mama did that. Everything is, oh, well, she had drunk before because her mama used to give her drinks, whatever, not to tone her out. So what the fuck make you think that you have the right to give this girl alcohol? If you think that her mama was doing it was bad, what makes you think that it's okay for you to do it? Where do your conscience kick in? If her mama's doing something that she shouldn't be doing, and you're another adult and you don't have a alcohol addiction, right? Or any addiction, and I don't think that's true with him, but let's say if you don't, when is your morality going to kick in? Or are you just going to continue to follow the negative and the bad footstep of a parent who's doing something they're not supposed to do? So this is why I call him bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I really do. I call bullshit on him because you can't sit up there and act like you are the authoritative of morality and all the shit that's going on in the house. You don't like it, but you clearly made sure that you was a part of it. You didn't remove yourself. You didn't get authorities involved. You didn't call CPS. You didn't do anything. And here's the thing, your son, it was your son that you had with the mom that was telling you to get off my sister. You're hurting my sister. Leave my sister alone. That was your flesh and blood. Your flesh and blood that was saying that. That poor little boy who felt like he was defenseless because he couldn't help his sister because he's young, he's a child, and on top of that, you're his dad. Right? So he doesn't want to hurt you, and he don't want his sister hurt in front of him. The trauma that you did to that little boy, let alone the horrific trauma that you did to this young girl. But you sitting up here and you want the detectives to believe that you just giving this young girl alcohol because she was stressed out about what happened with her mama. And you think that makes sense. You think it actually makes sense. Oh, it's okay. No. And she went into quite extensive detail about what happened to her. And it all backs up. It was all proven. It was all proven. They did a rape kit on her. She was sexually assaulted recently. And she's in the house with you. She wasn't sexually assaulted by her mama. I haven't heard you once said that she came over here with a little boy being a fast ass, and I caught her in the bedroom with a boy or a boy in the house. You haven't said that yet. That he already informed you that it was rape and why you're run down here. Not once have you said, hey, wait a minute, listen, I know I didn't touch that girl, but I know that girl was dealing with some guy, some fella. I seen some boy in the house. Maybe that happened. She didn't tell me or didn't talk to me about it. I don't know why. Maybe she's ashamed. I'm startled. No, you haven't done anything of that or even being concerned as a stepfather. The first thing you do was pinpoint her as being just like her mama. A scapegoat to your behavior, your horrible behavior. Why didn't he stop her, though, from drinking and what her mom used to do? Exactly, duping. Why they say not that of I know of? They're lying. Yeah. Exactly. He gave it to her to take advantage of. Right, he did. He doesn't have a conscience, MJ. He gave it to her so he could abuse her. He did. You're right, Brucey. Dupin said, yes, Brucey, exactly, for his own benefit. He must have seen how it made her when her mom allowed her to have it. Yes, he was studying the situation. He's definitely studied the situation. 2 kids harmed and the mom suffering the trauma, knowing she wasn't there to protect them from this guy. 2, she allowed around her kids. Yeah. And that's a lot. That's definitely a lot. He's not denying it even. No, he haven't even denied it either. He just said that, no, she's a liar. She's just like her mom. Really? She's just like her mom? Okay. Ugh, can't stand people like this.
Probably mad at me because I told her after that night there would be no more drinking, no more vaping.
Okay.
Told her, I said, this has got to quit. It's got to stop. We can't keep doing this. I said, if you want me to adopt you, you can't be doing this no more.
Now, was there anything that could have been taken by mistake from her? Any kind of showing affection or any kind of accidental touches or anything that she could have taken the wrong way?
Not that I'm aware of.
So she's never seen you and her mom nude together?
Not that I know of.
Has she ever seen you nude at all?
No.
You ever seen her nude?
No.
Why would she say you and her are having sex?
I have no idea. She's mad at me, mad at her mom, mad at the world.
What does she have to gain from saying you and her had sex?
I have no idea. Because I've done nothing but take care of her since she got there. I mean, I've had a few drinks, a few nights since her mama went to jail. I usually end up in bed passed out. Anything after that.
But what about her? I mean, has she tried anything like that with you or anything that You knew it was just alcohol that was kind of inappropriate?
I know she said something about wanting to hook up with me, but that's, like you said, that's the alcohol talking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, heck no, girl, I don't think so.
Don't get a friend.
You a mother effing lie. Excuse my language. You are such a motherfucking liar. So now you want to make her into a promiscuous girl, right? Now she's a promiscuous girl. She tried to hit on you, but you just admitted that you gave her alcohol because supposedly she needed it because she was in distress for her mom getting locked up. But now you was drinking a couple of times while her mom was gone. And one night or a couple of times she was trying to link and hit it up with you. And you was like, no, stop. And then now all of a sudden she's mad at you because she wanted more to drink or more alcohol and vape. And you told her, no, this has to stop. I can't give you anymore. She's just like her mom, but then you want to adopt her. Right? You want to adopt her, but you wouldn't even do as somebody who is a caring parent who wants to adopt a child. You wouldn't even remove her out of a bad environment. And according to you, according to your words, she was in a bad environment that you was also included in. And you allowed that bad environment to still go down in that household. Even your own son was a part of this bad environment that you didn't give a fuck about. But you really want me to believe that you wanted to adopt her. Sir, if you wanted to adopt her, the first thing that you could have shown that you wanted to adopt her is remove her out of a bad environment. If you've seen that her mother is being a neglectful mother or being a dangerous mother and putting her in harm, especially with her alcoholism, right? And her maniac episodes, right? You didn't do that. The house looked like a shamble. I obviously see that you are not cleaning it. You broke a light in the garage and you didn't even clean up the glass that was on the floor for breaking the light in the garage. You left it there where she literally got cut up from it. Right? Like the house, the way it's this guy is such a fucking sleazeball. It's really irking my nerves. I am like fuming right now, but I'm trying to keep my composure about his horrible lies, about his disgusting behavior, his devilish, demonic demeanor. You can tell by the way how he's even leaning in the chair that he is not being forthcoming. He's lying out of his teeth. He is discrediting the mom, and now he is also discrediting the daughter as trying to make her a fast ass, which most abusers and sexual abusers who are close or in vicinity to their prey, that's what they do. The first thing that they do is they always turn the people that's close to you against the victim. They create an isolation, paint narratives about the victim. She's fast. She wanted this. She did that. She did this. She did that. So they start thinking differently about the victim. Oh, she's not innocent. She's no angel. This could have happened. This seems plausible. She did do that. And then while that victim can no longer go to outside people for help because they already view her in a different way, she's isolated. So the only person that she can run back to is her abuser, which continues the cycle of abuse. Whenever y'all guys get a chance on your own time, you can Google it, you can use AI, whatever not. Go look up the pyramid of abuse. When you look at the pyramid of the abuse, when it comes down to misogyny and racism, they correlate. The same type of tactics going up the pyramid is the same used on both situations, both scenarios. Okay? Look it up for yourself. You will be very surprised. Very, very surprised. Let's see. I feel like I should have seen the signs. Me and my kids survived their father's bad temper and subsequent violence, but I am feeling bad for her. Listen, sometimes you can look for certain signs, and those signs don't show up until later on, until they're able to reveal themselves, right? Like in psychology, especially with my younger sister, right? My younger sister, she went to a Ivy League school, and in psychology, they told her that the subconscious, a person can keep up a facade up to 3 to 5 years, and their subconscious mind will eventually take over, and then you will actually see the true state of oneself, right? Who they really are. They can only hold it for so long, and that tends to happen. We think we know someone for a year, 2 years. You get married to them, you get in a relationship with them, you have kids with them and such. And then by year 3, year 4, you start seeing these signs. But now you're already in too deep, right? You got arrangements with these people. You got family with these people. You got things to lose with these people. And one of the thing is your own ego, right? It's your own ego that will prevent you from removing yourself out of a bad situation, because you don't want to hear I told you so. If other people told you about these signs and you ignored it, you don't want to hear, you don't want to have the walk of shame, or feeling like you took an L, or what I'm saying, like you didn't win, or it's you. There's so many other things that comes into people's minds and hearts about why they stay in certain situations, even when initially there weren't a sign, but then it was a sign. Now you are caught up. You got feelings now, and it's harder to leave. And I hate to tell you this, a predator or abuser, that's what they want, right? They want to make sure that you have as much stake in the game, so you just can't easily separate. You can't easily walk away. That allows them to continue to abuse you. So just keep that in mind. And it's never your fault. You don't ever blame yourself for what an abuser does. It's never your fault. Not him saying she took advantage while he was drunk. Right. What a slime ball. Yes, I agree. He's a scumbag. Yes. And he said he's been taking care of her since she got there. Right, exactly. They always blame the child for their disgusting actions. I agree. Oh, he would be such a good father. I know you're being sarcastic. Yep. Yeah, he left it for 3 weeks. Another way to adopt her is to not to try to have sex with her and get her drunk to do so. Right? Exactly, right? Thank God she spoke up and it didn't go any longer. Right. But she could have had lost her life. That's the bad thing about it, right? Like, he didn't get to the point where he was all in, where he wanted just to take her life. But every single time she did try to run away, you see that he kept her held captive in her room. He wouldn't let her go out because he was afraid that she was going to go out and actually tell someone. They never take responsibility ever for their actions against a child. It's disgusting. Yes, it really is. It really is. I have seen moms who know their man is abusing their daughters and they ignore it, and many times encourage it just so the man will stay. I have seen and heard those situations too, Brucey, and I don't like women like that. Those are women who have agreed upon being in competition with their daughter. My abuser blamed me, and I never had forgiven him, even now. You should never forgive him. Yes, he strangled her. Yeah. Sorry for hear that dumping. Forgive him, not for him, for yourself. Right. Exactly. You forgive yourself. You forgive yourself, but don't forgive. You don't have to forgive him. He's not worth forgiving. He know what he did.
Interview. And then also do sexual assault kit.
Yes.
And when they do that, they collect DNA, and which DNA can stay in contact 7 days, even with the shower and everything else. Is there
I know, Bruce.
any way that your DNA is going to come back?
Shouldn't.
Well, it shouldn't, but that's usually, that's a yes or no. Because shouldn't is kind of like a maybe. Well, maybe it might be found in there. And
I know of it could have been on a towel or something that I had used and masturbated, and it ended up in the dirty clothes.
Okay. So there's a possibility that your DNA could come back off of swab.
Possibility?
Is this mofo dumb? Do he really think that that's gonna fly? When they do a rape kit and they do a swab, do he know where they swab at? Obviously he doesn't, because he's dumb for fucking doornails. They do not swab on the outside of the vagina, the lips. They swab inside of the vagina. Okay? They also look for tears that shows forcible entry, right? Because you don't think that you're tearing individuals that you sexually assaulted. And this is not only just for girls, this is for boys too. They can check and see. The audacity of him to think that, yeah, I probably masturbated and used a towel and I put it in the dirty clothes hamper. So are you saying that the poor girl, her clothes that she was probably in the dirty hamper that she put back on didn't wash, and it could have your DNA on her dirty clothes, and that's why there's DNA that could have been found on her vagina? Is that the story that this dumb, disgusting motherfucker is trying to go with? He's insane. He didn't even understand what swab is. He doesn't even understand where they swab at. Like, that is crazy. It's crazy to me. Oh my God, please put him in a jail cell or put him on C block. Put him on C block and let's see how they feel about child predators. Let's see how they feel about child. Put him on C block for me, please. There's a long path back to normal. Yes. Definitely agree. I detest child abuser for this reason. They never admit they're wrong. Yeah. I'm just so sad. Put this guy on C block or D block for me, please. Thank you.
But I don't know. I don't know nothing about a whole lot of that.
It's at this point that the detective steps out of the room to allow James to process the weight of the DNA evidence. But when he returns, the cracks in James's story begin to widen.
Think about that, what I was talking about with DNA?
Yes, sir. The only thing I can be aware of when it comes to that would be I used a pair of her mama's underwear, and her and her mama wear a lot of the same clothes, and they ended up in the floor and mixed up with other clothes.
Okay.
Am I going to be detained?
That's what I'm working on.
I'm sorry.
I'll help you.
I know it's a question to ask.
Yeah. Should you be detained?
No, sir. Not that I should. No.
Let me ask you this, since you asked about being detained. Somebody in your position that came into a family, been with the daughter for 2 years, has built a good relationship with the daughter. One thing led to another, and they had sex. What do you think's happened to that guy?
Well, he's having sex with a little kid, so what should happen? I can come up with a million different things that should happen. But he is specific, couldn't they?
Good to
He just told on himself right there. He asked him specifically what should happen to a guy who is found out having sex with a little girl. And he said, I think there's a million things that should happen to this guy, but I can't think of it one bit. You can't think of it one bit because you don't want to say what you think should happen to you. And because he didn't understand that that was a psychological tactic by the detective to see if you were even willing to say what should happen to a person that have done that, your dumbass did what he expected you to do. Not give any decision on what should happen to a person who did that because you want to be that guy who don't have something happen to him. You want to be the guy who doesn't give receive a consequence for his horrible action. But you're so fucking dumb, you don't even fucking realize that. You fucking goof troop. I can't. Am I going to be detained? Nah, keep talking. Right. It's Lord, dear, ain't no forgiving this. Yeah, there's no forgiving this dude. He wants a pat on the wrist and sent on his way. Right. He really thinks that he's going to get out of this. He's such a fucking dumbass. Like, he's literally still trying to convince the detective that, oh, well, if you found DNA on her clothes, then, you know, her and her mama probably wear the same underwear and stuff like that from time to time. So that's why you found my DNA on her clothes. What? Like, you stupid fucking idiot. It's not only about her clothes. You don't understand. They did a fucking rape kit. They found your fucking DNA inside of her, you fucking dimwit. Oh my gosh.
Do you think mistakes happen?
I do.
Do you think it could be a mistake that that guy had sex with, just like a slip of the mind? After it happened, what the heck did I just do? And I need to get help. I need to talk to somebody. Do you think it could be something like that?
That could happen, yes, sir.
Do you think they need help? Do you think they deserve help?
Yes.
Everybody
deserves help.
It depends.
I do too.
Sometimes
I'm a big proponent for that.
within a couple of days. But
Because unfortunately, I make mistakes. Everybody in this world makes mistakes.
it's how fast we move
If
on.
I screwed up, it was when I was drinking.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I'm not aware of it.
Yeah, and that's
The only thing about this, Brucey, is that when it comes down to the rape kits, if you haven't heard, rape kits are sitting there collecting dust pretty much in a lot of cases, especially when we went through the whole lockdown situation. There were over thousands of rape kits that have not been examined, have not been broken down, or anything of that sort. So there is a backlog when it comes down to rape kits, because this is what's been happening a lot, that they don't have enough technicians to process these rape kits in a timely manner. So just think about that. It's terrible. Dumbest excuse for a DNA I ever heard. I agree, Dumpling. 6 times isn't a mistake. Once is definitely too much. Right, exactly. There ain't no fucking accident in those 6 times. So he was drunk 6 times and can't remember it as of or as all. No. He remembers everything. He remembers exactly what he did. He's upset that she actually came clean and said anything about it. So now everything is an excuse and trying to remove himself from this rape situation. And then now the detectives is like, they actually probably do believe that he did set the mother up for her to crash out, knowing that she is an alcoholic, so he can take advantage of her daughter. Like the monster that he is.
understandable. Like we talked about a while ago. Alcohol will kind of impair you, and it'll make you do things that you thought of, but not, it's not right on
any other time you wouldn't tell through the action.
Just like the warrant said. That's a harsh word.
That is a harsh word.
That's a harsh word. I don't like that word really, because it's not a cover-all. It's a charge. It is. But it don't tell the whole story of that.
Yes.
Because means I forced myself on this girl. Forcefully, she was steadily saying no, 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 and I forced myself and had sex with her or him. A lot of times when people get charged with that's not the case.
Mm-hmm.
It's you're willing, she's willing, the age difference classifies there. It's not that you're that bad person, you meant to hurt this girl or you meant to hurt this boy. It's not that. And that's the people that need the help. Both parties regret it, and now both parties need to get help. Are you the party that needs to get help? I'm here for you, James. I don't want you.
I don't want any trouble. Sorry for the cussing.
And you're not going to offend me anyway.
After 90 minutes of questioning, the walls James built around himself begin to crumble, and with them, his grip on the story he's been trying to protect.
What's going to happen to me?
Let's talk about this, okay? Do you want help? James, do you want help?
I want help.
Well, I'm here to help you, okay? But what we have to do...
So he broke him down with the ego up approach, telling him that he's not a bad guy. You probably made a horrible mistake. People do things when they're under the influence of alcohol or even narcotics and stuff. And if you need help, we can get you help. That was a bell to this horrible demon, right? It was a bell to this horrible demon for him to find out that this is his little scapegoat. He made him believe that if he says that he's a person that needs help because he's attracted to minors, that he would get that particular type of help. That was enough to break down his walls for him to say, listen, I need help. I need help. I have a problem. I have an issue. And he took it like the detective knew that he would. He took it. Ain't gonna save him though. It's not gonna save him though, because he know right from wrong. Come on, cop. I hope you don't believe that the lies you're telling him. You're not a bad person. She's just young and it's an age thing. He doesn't believe that one bit, but he knows that that is the tactic that he needs to use for this guy, because this guy is all about ego. Even what he did to that girl was all about his ego, giving him an easy way out. I know it looks like he's giving him an easy way out on the surface, but he's not. This was a way to break his walls so he can actually admit that he did what he did, right? And that he did it a lot, a lot. And the fact that he had already, like, he was beating on that girl, he was holding her hostage, the confirmation of him dragging the girl down the road, the confirmation of him dragging the mom down the road after he started the fight with her and got her drunk and got her locked up. All of that is going to play a part in what he's going to get served with. He might think that he's getting away with it by saying, yeah, I'm just attracted to minors. No, you're not a minor attractive person. What they call them, maps now? No, absolutely not. You've been working on this girl for a while. You've probably been working on her throughout your whole relationship with the mom, 5 years. And you have gotten your mom to her wit's end, to the point where she became an alcoholic and she can't even take care of her kids properly because she's dealing with a whole bunch of psychological damage, mental damage, emotional damage. She can't deal. She can't hang. And you needed her like that, so she couldn't defend her children the way that she wanted to. This is really sucks, man. Like, oh, I just like with guys like this, give me 5 minutes, man. Just give me 5 minutes. These people know the right words to use, even if we don't agree with it. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, thank you so much, Brucey. I truly appreciate it. Just get the likes up for me. I truly, truly appreciate it. You don't know how much it means. Yes, did he groom her over the time? I think he did groom her over the time. I don't even think that it was the first time that he gave her alcohol. I don't think it was at all. The simple fact that he even said that the mom was giving her alcohol before, I'm sure that you have given her alcohol before, right? They will love him in prison. Oh, yes, they will be so ecstatic and so happy to see you in prison, sir. Take him to cell block C and D, please. Please, for me.
Let's get this out in the open, okay?
I do remember saying a few times on the night, like the morning after being drinking, she said we hooked up. But I don't know. I don't remember it. Once I fell asleep, I was out.
I understand.
So if anything did happen, I don't know.
Well, James, listen, we're getting more into it than what we were earlier. Because you didn't say that earlier, did you?
I just remembered.
Listen to me. You know there's going to be DNA in there. I know there's going to be DNA in it. Okay? And what you're saying now is...
I'm not trying to change my story. Just trying to, I promise I'm not. I'm just trying to explain.
Right. And it's inevitable that we're going to find DNA in there. True.
More than likely.
And like I said, I work on absolutes, okay? It's yes and no.
Statement. Yeah.
Yeah. So, the swab's coming back with DNA, and it's going to be your DNA. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. She told you y'all hooked up a few times. Y'all hooked up a few times. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want help? Yes or no? Yes. Do you want to get the help she needs?
Yes.
Yes. It's okay, James. It's okay. It sucks. I know you hate yourself right now. And you're mad at yourself.
I can't believe this. Okay. I'm going to jail now.
Like I told you a while ago. And there's a warrant out for you. So yes, you're going to jail, but you still get bond, okay?
Yeah, but this is a mistake that will ruin my life.
If you let it.
I don't want it to.
If you don't want it to, don't let it ruin your life.
Who gives a fuck about your life? Fuck you and your damn fucking life. What the fuck you talking about? This is gonna ruin my life. You should have thought about that before you wanted to fucking put your penis in fucking underage girls and by making them drunk and then kidnapping them and keeping them held hostage in their room because you was afraid they would tell anybody. You should have thought about that before you antagonized her mom, made her crash out where she had to be locked up for 3 weeks because of you, which you used to take advantage of her daughter. And she knew that was going to happen because you was probably fucking showing signs of her that you signs to her that you was attracted to her daughter. I don't give a fuck about your fucking life. How about you destroy that girl's life? She's no longer a girl anymore. She can't even be a young girl anymore. How about that? I don't give a fuck about your raggedy ass life. What the fuck is wrong with you? Excuse my language, everyone. Sorry, Miss Joanne. Sorry, Miss Joanne. Sorry, Miss Jalen. Sorry, Brucey. Sorry, everybody. But I'm serious. I'm mad. I apologize. I apologize. I don't care about his life. You ruined her life. Exactly. It's like, come on now. It's crazy. Let's see. John Hatchett said, I sincerely disagree because prison is filled with his kind. But county jail is where consequences are dealt. That could be a possibility. I mean, well, here's the thing. His kind is actually in S block, right? S block is where his kind is at. But people who do not really like child predators take him to C and D block. He'll have some issues there. He'll have to explain himself thoroughly. Let's go on. I'm glad he finally admit what he did. Horrible human being here.
How do you keep this mistake from ruining your life?
Show him what kind of man you really are.
And how do I do that?
Getting the help you need, like I told you. And then become the man, a mentor to keep other people from doing this. Okay? What'd you tell? Now, after all this,
I'm sorry.
And of course, there's going to be no contact order.
I'm sorry, and I didn't mean this to happen.
James Mansfield was ultimately charged with 4 counts of and 1 count of engaging in sexual contact in the presence of a child. On July 15, 2025, he was sentenced to 45 years in the Arkansas Department of Corrections. Christy Kluke's third-degree domestic battery charges were dropped on April 29, 2024. As for her daughter, there have been no public updates on her condition or circumstances. If you'd like to watch our videos without censored and muted words throughout and with more information included, be sure to check out our Patreon. Go to patreon.com/EwooCrew today to sign up.
I am so happy that he was given 45 years in prison. He should have gotten more, but that is a real act of justice for that poor girl and her mom. and they was able to put the pieces together, and her charges were dropped because they finally found out that it was instigated and set up and planned by the ex-fiance from the very beginning. He literally imprisoned the mom so he could take advantage of her daughter. And prayers to that young girl, because now she has to get therapy. She has to rebuild trust again with male figures, who's supposed to protect her or supposed to look out for her. She has to get therapy about that. She has to get therapy about her own self, probably her feelings about if she feels guilty that she allowed any of this to happen, whether or not she felt that she wanted this to happen, but she's not admitting it to herself. She has a lot of work ahead of her. That family in general has a lot of work ahead of them. And my prayers is to them, because it's not an easy role. And those things, these traumatic things, they don't never go away, folks. When you hurt people like this, it doesn't go away. These people have to learn how to deal with life with this type of trauma being a part of their life. Okay? It doesn't go away. The scars don't go away. Okay? So we have to pray with them, and I hope they have a better, stronger community that's going to help them get stronger and get better, and that they can still have a fruitful and happy, peaceful life, And fuck him. Fuck his ass. Stupid ass. Hate him. Hate people like that. Wow, he even did it in front of his son. Yes, he did it in front of his son. Absolutely. He didn't care about his kids, and that's another thing about his personality too. He didn't even care about his son, right? The point is, he never looked at that little girl as his daughter. And this is one of the telltale signs that he never looked at that little girl as family or as his daughter, as her protector. No. She was just nothing but fresh young ass for him. And that's how he looked at it, which is pretty disgusting. Pretty disgusting. What a sicko. Yes. Lifelong trauma for her. I hope she's doing well. I hope so too, because this wasn't that long ago. So this happened in 2023. Mom charges was dropped in 2024. He was sentenced in 2024. It's 2025, y'all. This wasn't that long ago. Glad the charges against the mom were dropped. Me too. I'm absolutely glad that the charges was dropped. Oh, yes. Let's see. Yeah. I agree. 40 years on and I'm still affected by it. It's easier. I'm so sorry that happened to you, ma'am. I'm so sorry. My prayers is with you. And I know every day, you're working on it and you're growing from it and you're going to be better. You're going to definitely be better. All right, guys, that was a really, really tough one for me. Y'all know how I feel about these kids' stories. They really hurt me. I hate hearing about kids getting harmed. I hate hearing about kids doing harmful things to other people. I have a really soft spot about children, and it's probably because I'm a mom myself. So, but I thank everyone who was able to rock out with me for this long. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Make sure you hit the like button for me on your way out. I truly appreciate your viewership. Truly, truly appreciate it. I might come back tomorrow. We'll see. Because I am, packing. I have to pack. I'm about to go play, Soldier Girl for a while. I'm about to do some crazy things. So I'm going to be MIA for a minute. So I got to finish up my packing and stuff. But I do want to get out some content for you before I start my travels. So look out for a notification tomorrow. I probably will come out tomorrow if I have time and give you a couple of videos. But I do truly, truly appreciate every single last one of you. You're the cast meow. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world on a Saturday night, but y'all decided to rock out with me. And I will see you on the next one. Okay? Take care. Take care. Be safe. Protect your loved ones. And we out of here.